We are a group that plays Dungeons and Dragons on Mondays, 5th edition. No, that 5.5 nonsense. We're keeping it classic over here.
Does it count as classic now?
Absolutely, it is. It's been like 8 years since
10 years. 10 years.
10 years. Oh my
10
god.
years. 2014.
God, I'm old. But yes, I am Aaron, also known as Vanderbull in some places. I will be the DM for tonight and probably next week. I sure hope so. We're gonna have kind of go around and introduce ourselves for those of you who don't know us yet.
I am DJ. I play Oda here on the Paper Dungeon.
I'm Gracie. I play Addie on the Paper Dungeon.
I'm Drew. I play Talith
On the Paper Dungeon.
That's on the Paper Dungeon.
I was wondering how long it was going to go. I was like, wow, this sounds so cheesy.
Well, now
and you're watching Disney Channel.
Disney Channel.
My name is Jar Jar. I am playing Medora, and you're watching the Paper Dungeon.
My name is Grant. I play Leslie, and you're watching the Paper Dungeon.
It's evolving.
Your fun fact. Your fun fact for today: if you see a cat that is red-haired, it's most likely male. They are male ratioed 3-to-1 in cat world. So there you go.
Yes. I don't know. Question. This has nothing necessarily to do with yours. Is it male or female calicos that are really like rare?
I think it's male calicos that is
males.
I think so.
Interesting.
How about that?
Yeah. Well, this was a fun fact. Thanks, Grant.
You're
this is why we have you on the show. Thank you for that.
And next feline fun fact will be, I don't know when. Maybe next week.
We'll see it around.
Feline fun fact.
Feline fun fact.
I almost said feline fun time, but I didn't.
Before we get started into the show, a couple of things. First off, we want to thank our Kickstarters, our backers. We could not do this without you. You have been an absolute blessing. Make sure to fill out your forms. We have sent out surveys. Additionally, to the Mythic tier backers, you have a message in your email, in your inbox from the Paper Dungeon. Please look at that, respond to it. I believe we're missing 2 responses from Mythical tier backers. We really want to make sure to get those underway as best we can. And we are working on production for everyone as fast as we can make it happen. Also, this is an adult stream in many ways. If you're not an adult, keep an eye out. We expect maturity. Because sometimes things happen that are not always super kid friendly around here. We get a little flirty. There's a lot of shirtless dudes.
All right. Well,
wait a minute. Hold on.
I had like 2 shirtless dudes.
A lot?
That's a lot. That's a high ratio when there's only like 5 people.
Fair enough.
So yes, we expect maturity. This is an adult stream meant for adults. So deal with it. I think that's all that I have. We're excited to have you. I'm excited to get started. Drew, since you are, thank God you're back and I don't have to run this and you have the clip necessary to run, please run the clip. Last time on the Paper Dungeon, our group had to rescue some people that were kind of in danger at their own fault.
What? No.
Just a switch, just a little bit, accidentally.
Never mind.
Yeah, DJ, settle down, bucko. Our group, in an attempt to repair the Skirmisher, Captain Leslie's old clipper ship that he used to run in the rebellion, kind of hotwired it, and it caused a ripple that endangered a lot of lives in a Hadazee kind of teardown area warehouse. So they spent the first part of last episode just rescuing people's lives. They went in, saved people, went out. Addie got injured a whole bunch. I out of the view of everyone. But like, yeah, what are you gonna do? They took a nap, did some bonding. Were threatened a little bit by the leader of the Hadazi, Akishi, whose wife they rescued in the arena. Basically, he knows that you guys caused some deaths, but also is very thankful that you guys saved a lot more lives than you killed. And so he blackmailed you with an invitation to his wedding. The Hadazi are weird, guys. And so that's what happened. You guys went to the ceremony between Akishi and, let's see if I can remember her name, Shirizu. I have too many cool Hadazi names, and they all sound interesting. Afterwards, Oda basically took over because immediately after the wedding, there was a funeral for the people who died. They kind of celebrate and grieve in tandem here at the Hadazi kind of workplace. So Oda is currently managing some funerals. The rest of you are at the what's it called, guys? I forgot this last week.
reception?
The reception.
The reception. I literally said it like earlier, and then it just completely left my mind. The rest of you are at the reception. Mr. Brightside is playing. There's red velvet cake, and you guys are just there. What are you guys doing now that you guys are here?
Drinking.
Ooh.
I'm going to town on a slice of red
Watch
velvet
it.
cake. It's just I got icing just all in my mouth because it's like the first piece I've had in such a long time.
Addie's
Incredible.
only here for the open bar.
I am
Leslie-
here for all of the whiskey neats and pints of ale.
Very nice.
And I'm only here because I got blackmailed. But if it's an open bar,
Worth
why
it.
not?
I think Leslie started a line dance on the dance floor, and
Little
he's
Texas two-step.
yeah, and he didn't invite anybody to join, but it's one of those things where he's
He just
doing the
happened.
Texas two-step, and like sometimes people just join, so all of a sudden I think he finds himself amidst a handful of people that are
Yeah,
having
can
a
you-
good old time to Mr. Brightside.
Oh, 100% people will line dance to Mr. Brightside. Can you roll a charisma performance check for me?
Yeah, I would absolutely love to do that for you. Charisma performance, sure thing. That's a 14.
It's going well.
Nice.
You've made some friends. People are chatting up. It's turned into the type of line dancing that is like partner line dancing, kind of like the ending of Footloose.
Yes.
So you've made a couple of friends here and there, swinging each other around, switching between partners and all that. It's going well on the dance floor.
Fantastic.
Oh my God! Wow, it is. Nights are so difficult, you know.
I have so much.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, mornings are so difficult. Ain't it
Tell
true?
me about it.
Talith, what are you up to?
I have found my column of darkness, and so I'm just sitting at a table probably with a book, and just scurrying away at some notes, trying to ignore all the noise and people.
Aleph is Ellen Venture.
Uh,
In case anybody would, never mind.
yeah, and that's what he's doing.
Wonderful. So you're me at every wedding I've ever been to.
Yeah,
Good to
I
hear.
pulled out my Magic the Gathering cards. You
You're
know,
like,
just
guys,
trying to build the deck.
You know
Guys,
what?
does anyone play?
I'll go down and sit right next to Talus' column of darkness, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
man, did you get a piece of this red velvet? It is good. It is cream cheese icing, and it's so moist. How do they keep it so moist in a place that seems dry but is good? Have you had a piece? I'm trying to talk to Talus, but I know that he's like in his book, so I know it's gonna go one ear, not
Hey,
the
you
other.
guys
He's like-
really
he's
need
like-
to try their ale. Oh my God, Hadazi ale is so good.
Is it more on the spicy side? Is it more on the?
No, it's just really good. Here, I'll get you guys 2 cups. Don't worry. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get them 2
Right.
pints.
Full advantage of the open bar. It's like, if it's free, we're just going.
Drinks on me, guys.
But in all seriousness, Talith, I know it's been quite a wild ride. How's it going for you over there?
I mean, we're still alive somehow, so that's something. And, you know, this is probably the first wedding that I've been blackmailed to go to, which is also something.
You know what? Not my first.
This
Probably
not
my
your
third.
first wedding, or if not your first blackmail or blackmailed
First
wedding?
blackmail. I guess. Well, was it a wedding? Well, yeah, it was technically a wedding. So it's not been my first, but it's my first time where a wedding's actually gone well. I'll just say that. Yeah. Well,
I don't actually know the last time I've been to a wedding.
Hey, drinks around. Here we go. 1 and 2.
Wait, okay, wait.
Bottoms
So
up.
is
Cheers.
Addie already like just fully intoxicated?
So Haddazee
Yes.
Ale is closer to like it's like liquid, like it's like drinkable morphine.
oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Strong. Like
Mhm.
Oh gosh.
like the Haddazee people.
Painkiller.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, yeah.
Got stars, bro.
Talith, so
I'm
after
smelling
Addie
colors.
gets back with the ale, he like picks it up and like gives it just a very small sniff for a moment. Takes a very small sip.
It burns.
He's a small guy.
Drinking
That's
this?
really strong.
You're drinking
just-
this?
And she just sets it in front of Addie.
You
Can
gonna
I
drink
do-
it?
Can I do like a deception
it.
where like
I'm gonna drink his.
hit the cup
I'm gonna neck it.
Wow. It's so
Nice.
good. Oh, where's my dice?
You absolutely can't roll a sleight of hand for me.
Oh,
um,
okay.
Yeah, Addie, seeing that you are going to town on the open bar,
Might as
some-
well.
Some of the Haddazee have recognized your drinking prowess, and they are going to challenge you to a drinking contest.
Let's
Bring it on.
go right
Let's
now.
Bring it
go.
on.
So
Sleight of hand is at 18.
in 18,
I don't
absolutely.
notice.
Not at all. Your perception is already a little bit off right now. You're
Oh,
seeing
It's not even like close. I'm just like,
right now. Like
wow. That was good.
Right? God, they make it great here.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh, okay. So we're going to start off just with a basic Constitution saving throw.
I can do that. I can do those. Not bad at that.
We're going to try.
That
to roll
is a
great.
23.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
Constitution.
You're hardly even blinking. There are about 5 Haddazee that have kind of grouped around you and are all trying to match up. 2 of them are already out.
Hey!
Two of them are gone.
Go
We're
ahead.
one more check, please.
Yeah, I
Or
imagine
stating
everybody's
correction,
starting to like crowd around the table.
Oh, 100%.
People are moving off the
There's
dance
line
floor.
Another
dancing.
23.
My
Okay,
column of
yeah.
darkness is
Another
getting
2 are
smaller.
out. Another 2 out. It's currently you and one other Haddazee, which is actually one of the Haddazee that you rescued from the arena.
I heard that after a traumatic life event, you should not be relying on liquor and ale and drinks. So you should probably, do yourself a solid and tap out.
He looks
You
at
know.
you and he says, "Clearly, you've never met Rico Track Spinner before. This is just my day to
Buddy,
day."
I just saved your ass.
Oh my God.
I dragged your ass out of that arena.
And I appreciate it, but you're gonna lose today. I swear.
Bring
I
it
swear
on, buddy.
On me ma's
Bring
name.
it on. All right, I'll play.
Please roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Addie, you got this.
And that was almost really good.
It's almost really good. Mine was a 14.
Even
It's hitting
Talith
for a little
approves.
bit.
So he will match your 14. You're currently toe and toe.
DM,
Yes.
can I intercede in this?
Ooh, you're going to interfere in the royal duel? Of course you may. How would you like to roll here?
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna hiding behind my book and what's left of my column of darkness.
Just
Talith
gonna
just
knock
kind
him
of
out.
looks up and will very slightly cast silvery barbs
Ooh, give him disadvantage. And you can give Addy advantage on
And
the roll
I'll
with
give
that, right?
Addy
Right.
advantage.
100%.
Who are you casting silvery barbs on?
The one that matched Addy.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Rico.
Okay.
Rico, yeah.
Now I will say, the disadvantage roll was a natural 20, so he will maintain his 14.
You rolled 2 nat 20s?
No. The first one was a 14. It just re-rolls the die.
Gotcha.
I got another 9, so that's another 14.
Oh my
One
gosh!
more, baby. One more.
Well, I tried, Addy.
God,
It was worth it. It was worth it.
It was meant to be that it wasn't interfered with.
Yes.
One more, baby.
As
let's
God
go.
has ordained.
Yep. Last time Talith ever tries to help.
21.
Okay, 100%. You know, he Rico does not conquer this on this day. He's sloshed. He is in and out of it. Oh God, he looks at you and you make eye contact, and you can tell that between the two of you, like a perception of respect has passed from him to you, where he acknowledges his defeat in this contest because he could not drink another drop.
Rico, man, crushed it.
Yo,
But there can only be one winner,
Oh,
I can see.
and that's me.
I'm gonna blame it on the wounds. You know,
That's okay. You know, whatever helps you sleep at night.
if I hadn't have been in
You.
if I hadn't have been in that car accident yesterday,
Of course, you know.
it's the concussion. It's the concussion. I swear.
Naturally. Hey, but
Nah, for real. You
Great
did a real
fight.
good job. You did a real
So
good
did
job.
you,
I'm glad
man.
you know.
yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, for sure. Wait, where did you come from? You know, did you just spawn in? You just here?
Yeah, you know, I come from around all over the place. really.
No one's ever from the
Yeah.
edge, though.
No.
No one comes from here.
No. I mean, who would?
No, but are you from Ouroboros?
No. I'm just
Okay.
passing through. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Did you do any? Are you here the rebellion stuff? Did you do the rebellion stuff? Were you any part of that?
No. Yeah, I knew some people, who were involved in the past. Great respect to them. But I was off doing my own stuff.
Yeah.
Around that time.
What
Yeah.
type of stuff do you do? What do you like? What do you want to do? What do you do?
Oh, you know,
DM.
politics.
Ooh, politics. No, we don't
DM.
like a lot of politicians.
No.
I need to know.
Can I make an insight check on this guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be very easy.
Okay, that's fine.
He's sloshed.
I'm just curious, and if he's purposely trying to pry information out of Addy, or if he's just drunk.
Yeah, absolutely. He's like,
I
what?
love that Aaron's main character for this too.
Do you do the politician? What do you do? Are you a good politician?
You know, I wouldn't even say that I'm a politician. I more manage politicians.
Oh, you're like
you're
like behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the
Who am I kidding?
behind the scenes is a good way. I don't like most politicians.
That's fair.
so
Nobody likes
I
most
just-
politicians.
Only in
Oh,
11
sometimes
DM.
they need to stay in line.
He's sloshed.
Okay.
He's like,
Just making sure.
We had when the rebellion was going, we had a politician everyone liked, but she died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Those are so
but
rare to come across.
one of the priests came along a little while ago. He was all over the place. He was carrying he's like carrying a severed limb. It was funky. He was a weird guy.
Oh,
I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, that
I don't know. He
sounds-
might be in jail.
probably for the best, honestly. Knowing
Do you want to
that
dance?
a lot. Hell yeah, I want to dance.
Yo, that's still line dancing. The song
Let's
is
do it.
I don't know.
Everybody round and
Love
round.
this.
Throw
jaw
your,
is
throw
dropped because
your,
this is the first
Yeah.
time she's seen
Uh-huh.
Addie this like loose. She's
Yeah,
like,
both Talith and Medora are just like, what the heck is going on right now?
do you see
Leslie
this?
is
How
not a poker face or vague threats.
Leslie has gone over to like the DJ's microphone basically and taken it over.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's like, it's like a little megaphone thing or something, right?
Yep.
And
It's
he's
a
like-
magical amplifier.
All right, everybody. Now we're gonna go around and do it again.
Oh,
Throw your
God.
partner round and round. Step with the back and throw it down. You know, he's going off.
He knows the line dance like chance. I don't know if you guys have ever actually been to like a bar that does line dancing, but this is actually very accurate.
It's
Yeah,
so
it is.
accurate. It's making me want to cry.
Yes.
So as Addie leaves to go dancing and Leslie is already over there, after the shock just kind of wears off of Addie being
Normal.
nice, normal, sure, something,
Addie's
you know.
always nice.
After a moment, he'll say to Medora, well, at least our companions are having a good time at being blackmailed.
Yeah, they're just living it up like nobody's business. I'm
Gosh.
I don't feel good with
2 a.m.
like,
I'm delirious.
If I wasn't being blackmailed, then
We would not be
maybe I
here
would have
right
had
now.
some tequila, but
Yeah.
we would definitely not be here right now. I'd be back on the ship, probably taking a nap.
Captain Silvers will roll up and he'll say, "Did I hear someone say tequila?"
I believe over at the bar
starts reaching
is where
for
they
his-
have that.
Tequila. Leslie has requested tequila, and that is what is playing.
Wait, Aaron, is Silvers like actually just chilling with us at this point?
Oh, he was line dancing, but it's difficult with his peg leg.
Oh, okay.
And his hook kept getting caught on his partner's like clothes.
Yeah.
So eventually he kind of like went back over to you guys. He heard the word, he was summoned by the word tequila.
Oh dear.
And he is rolling up his like zoot suit pant leg into his peg leg. Where he has that, like,
yellow.
rotating bar. It's like,
Is he also drunk?
is Captain Silvers ever not drunk?
Is he ever sober?
Like, think back to any scene with
That's the real
Captain Silvers
question.
in it. Have I not mentioned that he has a flask?
In the Discord right now, there is an image of what I picture Captain
Okay.
Silvers' looks like, just
It's
for
very
everybody's
accurate. It's pretty
reference.
accurate, yeah.
As Medora and I are talking and Silvers just kind of sits down and starts drinking, oh boy, I did not plan to do this, but I kind of
You know
want
what,
to have
Silvers, I'll
a
have a
pseudo
shot.
private conversation.
Pulls out his own
boy.
set of custom shot glasses.
Whoa!
Does
After
one say Captain Yoshi Silvers?
yes.
Nice.
that would be
Every
really
single
funny.
one of them has a silver coin in the base of it.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
that goes hard.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
He's like, they're custom made.
After a moment or two with Medora and I just kind of making some light conversation, and after Silvers has a couple more shots of his own tequila, I guess,
Homemade.
could he make a saving throw?
Absolutely. He is
A wisdom saving throw for me,
I
please.
think Captain Silvers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, he might succeed. He is drunk. I'll give him disadvantage.
Ooh.
We're rolling like
Captain
fire.
Silvers.
What's the DC I'm trying to hit?
15.
Well, he got a 16, so we're
Dang.
Silvers is thriving. He is an impenetrable wall of drunkenness.
Okay, well, in
Him
that
and
case,
tequila saved him.
I mean, it's not that big a deal. Okay, well then he'll just keep vibing, I guess.
100%.
But I will, after a moment, cast message
tequila.
Yeah, 100%.
and just
I mighty
message
strong.
Medora after she maybe survives the tequila attack.
Ooh.
Man, I did not expect it to be this hard.
Just trying to roll a dice here.
Um,
Going back to the start.
sorry. But yeah, he'll send a message to Medora and he'll say, Medora, I've been actually meaning to ask you a question. You guys have all seen me, well, you, Leslie, and Addie have seen me not quite at my best. And you, in particular, seem to have some sort of interest since you were listening in on the train with my conversation with St. Clara. But you also haven't
How did
asked.
you? What? I wasn't listening at all. I went with them.
I don't mind that you were listening in. I'm just curious as to why you haven't talked to me directly about it.
Well, it's kind of a weird thing to bring up to a stranger at the time, being like, "Oh, hey, by the way, what are you? Get away from me," kind of thing. I wanted to give some time to kind of get to know you because I feel that we both are on the same wavelength of kind of being somebody that doesn't feel they're in the right place. So I wanted to, get to know you more before I asked. Um, was going to ask today, but we're here, so might as well enjoy the happiness of others. So
Well, that's fair enough. Most of the time, if people see that side of me, they immediately just try and kill me or ask me to politely leave in a not so polite way. So I'm just not used to the reaction that you all have given.
seeing how we're all people that, like I said, don't quite fit social standards, and let alone magic dealing with what you're doing. I feel like I can't shame you. I can't talk away. Also, we're all working together. We're all put together for a purpose, and you have a purpose to be with us. So why push you out when we should keep you by our side? Because you are pretty powerful from what I've seen. Mainly because how you're able to control. I still have a hard time trying to control things, but seeing you being able to gives me hope.
All right. Well, I appreciate you saying that.
I love
Thanks,
that in the
Sebo.
background of this entire conversation, it's been tequila.
Yeah, tequila, the zoot suit, canary yellow.
Yeah, Leslie will lean heavily on the bar next to Talith and go,
I don't know.
so, you two gonna get up and dance with us, or are you just gonna sit at the bar?
We gotta blend in, Talith. We look like two emos that are at a prom dance.
Talith will
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Look, we sat down while they're playing Mr. Brightside.
Leslie-
We're already
yeah.
screwed.
Yeah,
Now there is
Leslie
something wrong
coming
with
over.
that.
Talith will kind of stand up and give a very over the top, like kind of flourished bow to Medora
Whoa.
and
All right.
and say,
Everyone get a load of this guy. Let's go.
and he'll
New-
say
new
again
dancers
in
on the
her
floor.
head, she'll hear, okay, well, let's get this over with. And then out loud, he will say, may I have this dance?
I'm just like
And then-
pure shock because, mind you, the dude that hasn't been talking this whole time is always in his column of darkness.
They
Sure.
call me the Reaper.
And Talith will lead Medora to the dance floor. However, he will not line dance.
What?
Way beneath them.
He
It's true.
actually
He's better trained.
he will actually lead Medora in a waltz, which in itself is impressive given the music.
Hey, DJ. Hey, DJ.
Of course he
hit,
is.
hit the waltz.
Hold on.
Addie is breakdancing. Can Addie be breakdancing? Because in my head, Addie is breakdancing.
That's not up to me.
So
The song on is currently Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. So yes, it is a 3/4 time.
oh my gosh. Well, while he leads me into this waltz, I do have a little bit of knowledge on how to, but it's not as refined. And of course, I kind of have I think I put shoes on. So My feet are good. He's not going to step on my toes, so we're fine.
He
I
pulls
kind
like
of-
Edward Cullen's and like picks you up to do the work. You know?
Yo.
Well, I was going to say, since I am kind of scared that I'm going to mess up, because I have like Medora mentally doesn't like to mess up and likes to do her best. She kind of like, I'm assuming like they're holding hands, or at least like she has a hand on like his shoulder. She grips as hard as she can because she is terrified. I'm talking like she also has claws too. So it's kind of like digging into his shoulder and his hand. And she's like kind of shaking because she's like, I can't mess up. 1, 2, 3, left, right. In my brain, I'm just like, 1, 2, 3, left, right.
All right, so I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna for this dance.
Oh boy.
First, I want Drew.
Oh, okay.
I would like you to make a roll that determines your ability to lead.
Okay.
In your role as a
Ooh.
lead and a follow.
Okay.
What do you think that role should be?
I
Turns
mean,
out there isn't a leadership
well,
stat.
well, okay.
Like
okay,
it's like
hold on.
charisma, but like kinda.
I mean,
Kind of, honestly.
what about? Ooh, DM.
There's,
Would
like,
you
I'll
allow
play
this?
Minimax
Would you
to
allow
my
me
best.
to make a history check, as I'm recalling some of the actual training that I have had in formal dances like this?
Minimaxer.
Absolutely, I will allow you to make. Tell you what. This is what I'll do. This is what. Can you make a dexterity history check?
Ooh, yes, because
okay.
you have to remember
Dexterity with
as
your
you dance.
proficiency in history.
Well,
That's
I'm not
brilliant.
proficient in history, so I guess we're just making a dex check.
Dexterity check it is, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go. A prison of its own making.
A prison of my own making, sure.
I really thought you were leaning me into it because you were proficient in history.
That's
No,
what I
I'm
was
just
figuring.
I was
I'm
waiting
just
for that.
have a high intelligence.
I'm just way smarter than all the rest of you.
Scam me.
Then
How did
Andrew
you
well,
do?
rips the rug out
that
from
will
under
only
you.
be a 6 DM.
Only a 6. So your memory is fine. I mean, the steps are ingrained in you, but memory is one thing. There is a lot of information that is exchanged in like classical ballroom dance, like a waltz.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know how much you guys know about classical dance. It blows my mind. I love classical dance. In this lead and follow situation, Medora, you're a little on your own. Can you make a check that represents the follow in this dance pairing?
I would
What
want
check
to.
would you think that is?
I'd want to say I'd also do a. I'd either be. I'm trying to think because I guess it'd be technically history or. Basically, I feel that Medora would at least know some information where she's most likely been slightly taught from possibly some noblemen that came through the diner, or even
Mhm.
just some simple dancing back when she was with Mama.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it'd be wisdom or history. That's like my brain. Maybe history, because it's with. So I'm learning from the nobleman that started dancing.
Absolutely. I'll allow a for this situation. I'll give you the same check that Drew did in that case. Make a dexterity history check.
Okay.
Both of you are relying
Do better than me.
on your own traditional knowledge to attempt to perform this lead and follow.
17.
17. So Talith is managing well on his own. He's not really directing you a whole lot. He's not giving you a lot of assistance in this. But thankfully, these are like very old-fashioned steps. Like there's no flair. It's very rigid. It's very formulaic. It's more of a Viennese waltz than it is like a classic waltz. So you're able to follow along very well. The nobleman that taught you was definitely like kind of a stuffy guy from Sephora. Very like, oh yes, little girl, you unrefined child. Let me teach you the basics of refinery. And so you're able to follow along actually very well.
Wait, can I actually,
Ooh.
since I'm starting to feel the flow, I don't know what kind of check would this be. Could I roll to possibly become the lead in the dance? and take over.
I can assist with that because there's a really easy step that you can do where you turn around
100%.
as like you just alter. So then they're the ones going back.
So does Addie notice and try to like?
Can I have
assist
you
this
guys
move?
roll contested performance checks?
Oh gosh!
Ooh, this is sick.
Gosh! Dice, don't fail me now.
Yes, Oda.
I'm
DM.
done at the funerals.
I'm
Actually,
just about to get to you. I swear.
DM.
Yes.
Given my high insight,
Ooh.
my high passive
Uh-oh.
insight, Talith kind of sees for a moment that Medora is kind of getting into the flow of it quicker than he is, and he will. Can I just give her advantage and just kind of let her take over?
Oh, if you are just willing to let her take the lead, then you don't even need to roll.
Okay.
Oh, so
Medora,
kind.
you pick up confidence, and then immediately as like she takes a step, her hand shifts and like, and normally it would tighten on your shoulder, but it was like grip tight. She relaxes a bit, and steps a little bit farther. You immediately read into that. And then you step the opposite direction, flip positions, and now Medora is in the lead and you are in the follow.
I grab his waist too, just to make it even better. I'm just like, yeah, I got this.
Hand
Assert
switch.
dominance.
And it's at the part where it's like, and from your lips, she drew the hallelujah. That's when they do this awesome transition, and
100%.
Medora's the lead.
Medora, you step into the lead tactfully. As this is happening, in the other room, the muffled sounds of Hallelujah are reaching you through the walls. Oda, you have just finished the ceremonies that are required. Now it is just up to basically the like undertakers to bury them. The people will follow them to the grave and everything like that. But your role is done. There is kind of a sense of bittersweet dread for you. Weddings are always a little tough because Adeline loves weddings. There is almost nowhere that Adeline is more present and like visible to you than weddings. But you can hear Hallelujah in the other room, some clapping, some cheering. The best man is giving a drunken speech.
Beautiful.
Do you head over there?
I'm gonna go find Silvers.
Oh, absolutely. You step in through the door. It's very easy. He is in bright canary yellow.
There you
He's
are.
Canary
currently-
yellow Pip Silvers.
He's currently like leaned up against a chair. He has his own bottle of tequila that he is just pouring individual shots and like stacking them up just for himself. So he has like a little pyramid of shots.
Oh my god.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Adeline is currently dancing with a Hattazee off to the, or Addie is currently dancing with.
I was like, whoa, what's going on here?
Different one. This
No,
is
Addie's
having characters
Gone
with
back to the
name.
bar at this point. She doesn't do slow dances. She's back at the bar.
Medora is leading Talith in a dance, and
Leslie's
Leslie,
still 3/4 time line dancing.
100%.
Beautiful. Well, I'll go over. Captain.
Aye. Oh, hello. Yes.
I was wondering if you'd care to join me for a smoke on the balcony.
He'll kind of peer over your shoulder, very cautiously, and then he'll look back at you and say, "I mean, how could I ever turn down a smoke?"
I wanted to share. I have a tobacco that is rather rare, and I thought I could pay you back for the wine.
Make it quick.
We're going to leave. Notice that Addie's also at the bar. Oh
Yeah.
Addie, you'd be welcome to join us if you'd like.
Immediately, Captain Silver's eyes like pop open. And there's a sense of fear.
Why not?
And so I'll lead them over. I'm trying to find a balcony.
There's a little double door that leads out.
One that's relatively large.
Oh yeah, well this is let's be clear here. This is the a section of the arena that has been cordoned off for a bunch of it's a bunch of blue collar Hadazee. There's like smoking areas literally everywhere.
Perfect. I'll go out. I have my pipe. I'll also fish in my bag and pull out 2 more pipes. And then I'll start preparing it before lighting one for each of them. And then take a couple of puffs before I pull out a small bag of powdered silver. And then as we're all just kind of hanging out, I'm going to start performing the ritual for ceremony, which takes an hour to prepare. The spell ceremony.
Captain Silvers will start taking long drags, still kind of like checking, like lock eyes with you, Addie. And in kind of a wordless question of like, am I in danger? Are we in danger? Is he in danger? Do I need to cover up a murder in the next 5 minutes? What's going on?
I wish I
He
had a
starts
pipe.
trying to communicate like in like smoke circles.
I was not really talking a whole lot. He's also just kind of nursing his pipe while like intricately laying out this design of powdered silver and making everything nice and clean.
So, I'm real bad at long silences. Is there anything that you were looking to do? What's is there? You seem like you're performing some kind of ritual. I don't mean to interrupt if it's important or nothing.
As he's still focusing on the ritual, so he can't look at you while talking. But I'll go ahead. I didn't have anything particular that I wish to talk about. I tend to smoke alone and in silence, so typically that's it's just how I'm used to doing it. I apologize for not being the best conversationalist. I'm also focusing. This is a gift for the bride and groom, so I have to focus a little bit on it. But
no, by all means, it's fine. I was just
Kind of gift.
it's
Powdered silver on the floor just seems like a mess.
it certainly can be messy. It's a spell. It's a way of blessing them. It gives them a boost to their constitution for the next week, allows them to be basically it feeds off their bond and gives them a little bit of extra strength through adversities. I figured for them it'd probably actually be rather beneficial. For most married couples, it's not actually all that big a deal. They go on their honeymoon and they go lounge on the beach, but for them, they might actually go like race a car or something and might actually get hurt. So I thought it might be good. Along with the backpack, I gave them the mouth noise backpack that we found earlier.
No, not the mouth noise backpack.
I know. I really didn't want to give it away, but I thought that it'd be such a blessing to them and just such a great way to start out their marriage and their life together, and just something they could look back on. So
want the backpack. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like you were just trying to get rid of it. It's quite a selfish, awful thing to do. Quite thoughtless, actually.
I guess they can always just throw it away again if they don't want it.
They live in a trash heap. Captain Silversleeve looks a little weepy.
Whatever. The spell's nice, I guess.
Good. Glad you enjoy it. It was harvested on Magonia. It's been aged for about 15 years at this point. Only for special occasions. Has to have a special pouch to keep it from drying out too much. It's
okay, I don't care anymore.
Okay. And I'm just gonna keep focusing on making my ritual.
Yo.
Dang!
This is such like dad trying to like connect with his like 16-year-old daughter vibes.
It's more like a stepdad trying to connect with a daughter that like grew up with her own dad. Just like,
Absolutely.
Has been like unconsciously just like chewing on the pipe because he's so nervous. And then he like looks at it and realizes that it is not his, and it's like a custom wooden like novelty pipe. And he's like, he like looks at Addie and then like looks at you. You don't see him because you're focused on your thing, and he's like kind of panicking a bit.
oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Bring it to Medora.
Oh yes, the lass with her magic.
Yeah. Just
I shall
so
return shortly. The pipe smoking has been real fine. I'll be back.
got a ladder.
Wait. So, does Silvers just leave?
Yes, absolutely.
So it's Oda with his back to Addie working on his ritual. Okay, cool. Great.
Absolutely what has happened.
Lovely combination.
We'll go to Medora.
I'm assuming I'm now like off the dance floor, kind of like I'm leaning against the wall, just like looking at everybody.
Yeah. Ooh, actually, I would love to roll real quick here. Ooh. Someone has stolen your partner. Haleth, one of the Hadazi has currently like swooped in.
No.
Please tell me it's the girl in the
No,
wheelchair.
Aaron, please don't do this to me.
It is a different Hadazi.
Oh, okay.
Although she has been eyeing you like from across the dance floor, just with like disgust and rage this whole time.
The one
yeah,
Hadazi
she
that
hates me. How
thought
about
that I was single.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
But that's not the same. But she's not the one who decided to dance with me now.
No, Lakiri is still off to the side.
Okay.
It's very difficult to line dance in a wheelchair. Not impossible, but very difficult.
Or waltz, But
Yep. And one of the it's like a kind of a drunken aunt has stepped up, and she's like, "Oh, sweetie, you're such a fine dancer. I haven't danced like this since I was a little girl."
Aaron, if I may,
Uh-huh.
after a little while, somehow
It's less well, she just kind of like hangs her arms around you in the like drunk aunt way at weddings.
Yeah, for sure. Somehow, while after just a little bit, like 30 seconds of dancing with this gal, somehow Talith slips away and she's now dancing with Leslie. And
that absolutely does happen.
Oh
And-
my god.
Do you know are you on the groom side or the bride side? Did you get here?
And as Talith slinks away from the dance floor himself, he also will pull out his pipe and make his way to the nearby smoking area.
Addie's like stabbing Oda.
Addie's dragging Oda's body into the woods.
Don't ask questions.
Captain Silvers will approach you, Medora, and he'll say, "Lass."
Yeah. Hey, sorry. Trying to put a face on. What do you need?
It's a little urgent. You see, I was out smoking with Oda and Addie, and
Hold on. Oda and Addie?
I thought it was strange as you, and things were a little bit tense. And when they're tense, it's an old habit that I picked up back before I was a captain, when I was an architect. And I always used to chew on pencils when I was a little bit nervous, and the building was going up, and my job was on the line. And well, it turns out I ended up chewing on this novelty pipe of his that he so graciously handed to me. And I don't have any fixing type. I haven't whittled since I was a boy, and this hook hand isn't exactly good for it.
He's like got tears in his eyes. He's like freaking out.
He's like, I know that you've got some magic with the plants in the wood, and I've seen you. You've mentioned you can fix clothes. I don't know. Addie said she kind of looked at me with a go talk to Medora type of face.
Oh no. Of me. Let me look at it then. I want to take it. I guess. Can I do an Whoa, my brain is having a brain fart. Arcana check?
This is not magical. It's just a normal pipe. You would be able to do a mending.
Okay.
I was really hoping you had
I was
that
like,
spell. I thought you did have it.
I do. I just wanted to make sure because knowing that Oda does still have some kind of magic, I want to make sure the pipe wasn't magical. So let me just do my work real quick.
100%.
I pick up a tissue off one of the tables that's clean. I wipe off the edge because I don't want to be touching his spit.
Yeah, who knows what's up with him.
And but with how this mending works, I'll like grab onto it and like kind of like a really faint greenish yellow glow comes from like inside, and it's like maybe like a few seconds. I'm like, oh, here you go, and it's like fully done. All the grain is the same. And
I'm very concerned because Oda has been raising his hand. What information have you given me that I did not know about?
I just wanted to describe the pipe.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Medora, you notice as you're looking at it, it's like it's made of a cherry wood, and where the bowl is on the outside, you can see there's a an astral dreadnought and carved on the one side, and on the other side there's an astral hunting ship, which is like whaling for astral dreadnoughts. It's like massive city-sized ships that go through whatever that plane is, and so you just see these like super intricately carved little people on the ship, and they're like making their way around to go after the little astral dreadnought.
Do the carvings move?
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say the carvings moved, but then we said it wasn't magical.
Only if you smoked enough.
Yeah.
But look at Silver's, and I'm like, after like looking at the details, I'm like, you better be glad this wasn't magical.
I know. I'd value it at quite a lot of gold that I do not have.
It might be the number you're thinking times 5. All right,
And let's be clear here. Gold is not a legally recognized currency in the Outer Realms. We use bits.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm saying gold, I mean illegal currency.
Mm-hmm.
Like quite a lot of gold.
Yes, agreed.
Like it's a very, yes.
I will say, let's give this back to Oda. And with your chewing habit, get some chewable gum or tree sap, something to keep on you. Something.
Gum. I've never had a taste, only heard of it in the tales of old. I shall have to
It's a
search
tree
out.
sap. You get some tree
Ooh.
sap, and then
It's a plant? I'm not a big fan of vegetables.
It's not a veggie per se. You know what?
You'll have
Just
to one day.
go to your bookstore. Go to a bookstore or find a book. Talith. I don't know.
Find a book.
And mind you, I say Talith, even though I should be the person that knows this like the back of my hand. I'm just like,
We're sending Captain Silvers to like each member of the party.
like customer service.
Just passing off the naughty child.
He'll say, unfortunately, after my stint as a librarian, I swore off books.
What?
He'll
You know
take
what?
his
I'll see if I
no,
can find some stuff for you. I'll see what I have in my thing. Just go
I
get
can't
that back
talk
to Oda.
about it. It's just too painful.
I don't want you to talk about it. Just
In
And then-
Captain
Just keep it going.
Silver's HUD in the corner says like quest book updated every time he talks to one of us.
With a little exclamation point over someone else
Yeah.
said.
So he will take the pipe back. Addie, is Oda dead? Oda, are you dead?
Oh,
Okay, good.
After Silvers leaves,
Yes. Ooh.
if it's our turn again.
Oh, you've got time. Yeah, for sure.
So it's kind of silent for a second. So I don't, mean to assume or anything. I know they're still working on his little ceremony, but and I've only been around for like 36 hours, so just vibes. But do we know each other? Have an issue? If we do, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to ask while we had a moment. We don't usually get to hang out within the last 36 hours. We haven't had a moment, so.
No, we don't know each other.
Okay. Do I know like an aunt
No.
or something? No? Okay.
No.
Right. Cool.
Yeah. I just don't think I like you.
Fair enough. Absolutely. not an uncommon reaction. Well, if there's
No, not from God of Death or whatever.
I
I don't love
wait, you don't like
that.
me personally? That's
No.
a lot more rare. No offense, not that I'm so great. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just that most people don't know me personally since we don't know each other personally. But I mean, fair enough, I guess. Whatever floats your boat. I'll try and adjust any
No.
behaviors that you.
You don't need to
Don't seem to like.
change. Don't change for me. I don't care.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Well,
She's
as
like
long as we're
so
good.
in between, like fifth, like crossed right now. Like
Yeah, she's like,
have
I'm so
the-
tough, and she's like drooling a little bit.
she's like so in between
Gotcha.
the mead ale and whatever you're
whatever you put in
smoking.
this pipe.
whatever you put in here, she
Your
doesn't
special
know.
tobacco.
Right.
in quotes.
Okay.
Yes.
Um,
Don't tell the cops tobacco.
Yeah. That's why I
so,
smuggled it off of
Weird
Begonia.
tobacco.
so her thought processes and everything are not coherent entirely. There's not much sense. It's more
Okay,
of just
alright.
I don't like your vibe, and that's all she's really trying to imply at the moment.
Okay. Do I want to pry? No, I don't want to pry. No, that's a different conversation.
At
when
this
you're
point in
sober.
time,
It's a sober conversation.
Yeah.
you feel a wind begin to blow. You guys are currently outside of the building. Like there is an opening to the outside of the building, but the air has been still for the most part.
Mhm.
But a slight breeze of fresh air begins to ripple past you. Spring air. And the door behind you will swing open as Talith opens it. Both Oda and Addie will hear a very clear sound of laughter coming from inside. That seems okay. Don't do that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. That's uncalled for.
No, God, I hate you. But it seems to cut through the kind of like din and chatter of the reception as it has been. Oda, you turn and sure enough, clearer than you have seen her in a long time, slipping in and out of dancing couples on the floor in a vibrant rhythm, is Adeline. You see a flash of hair here and there, never seen all of her in entirety. But a strong presence that she is there, and you're almost overwhelmed as a feeling of like joyous reverie comes from within you. As like you two are connected, you can feel her joy.
Really.
Well,
I'm glad you're having fun, Adeline.
Addie, you do not see what he sees, but you hear the laughter, you feel the wind, and you do overhear what he says. Talith, you walk through.
Say?
It's a weird vibe.
People absolutely everywhere. Like Talith like is saying, like as he's walking out into the balcony, and not even recognizing the fact that Addie and Oda are out here yet, and he just kind of just leans over the balcony between the two of them, and then he's just like,
Hello, Talith.
Hey,
looks at Addie, looks at Oda,
don't ask.
inspects
Don't
to see if there's like any blood seeping from Oda.
I think I'm okay. I got away this time.
He just goes to his pipe.
What you smoking there?
What you smoking? Dangerous question.
Nothing that you want to get anywhere near.
that
You know
a
what?
bet?
I'm not a young man anymore. I bet that's true.
Well, I mean, it would do one of two
I'm fine.
things. It would either give you the worst headache you've ever imagined, or nothing would
Best I've
happen.
ever had.
Doesn't sound worth it.
It never is, kids. Smoking is never worth it.
At this point, Oda will finish setting up his ritual, and he's going to go look for the
Yes.
bride groom.
Absolutely. Medora, you had a question.
Yes. Do I see Adeline as well?
You actually do not.
Wow.
This time, this is not a vision that appears in your eyes. Probably just because there's a lot going on overall. There's just a lot to keep track of. I would like to follow Oda as you find you find the bride and groom. The song will switch to it is a slow dance. Specifically, the song, oh gosh, Rainbow Connections begins to play.
Oh man, Leslie was already
Muppets.
crying.
Very topical.
He's with that like auntie Hadazi, and
100%.
you overhear Leslie go, "It's the one line. This
She's
is
like,
love is
"Sweetie,
not a
there's
victory
nothing wrong."
march."
She it's not you're okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay. You know,
Thank you for
girls
comforting
love
me.
a sensitive man.
That's what they say, I guess.
Someone is getting lucky tonight. That's all I'm hearing about Leslie.
To the Hadazi aunt.
Yeah,
I mean, they
she's
like
the
it
same age as
fiery?
you.
I don't know about that.
Oh my gosh.
But you do find Akishi and Shirizu.
I'll wait for them to finish dancing to this specific song.
Absolutely. The song Why Are There So Many? They go around
So
do their dance.
Hold on, sorry.
Yes, I am.
Does this mean that both Kermit the Frog and the song Rainbow Connection exist? in
It's
this
Hermit the
universe?
Bullywug. Thank you very much.
All right, great. Now that that's settled, go on, Dean.
Yes,
Thank you.
It's a completely different, completely original character that has nothing to do
yeah,
with
absolutely.
Jim Henson. Thank you. Disney, don't sue us.
Not like we've been quoting the Disney Channel, trademark.
What are they going to do? I don't care.
years.
Disney XD can't do anything. But yeah, the dance will end, and they will finally kind of retire to the side to go get some drinks, eat some more cake, talk with some of the people that are there. Which is you.
Kishi.
Yeah. How can I help you? Did the funerals go well? I know that you stepped in to do the stuff.
They were performed to satisfaction.
That's good. Yeah. What do you
I
need?
have a gift for you and your lovely bride on the balcony, if you'd like to see it. If you have
That's
a
not
moment.
mysterious at all. Are you all right with that, sweetie? And Shirizu look and be like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't know if we've been introduced. You were the one who pried me off the rebar, right?
Yes, you were coming in and out. It was difficult conversation.
Yeah, let me tell you, I thought I was in a dream. It was a good time.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Much better than being conscious and not feeling all the pain.
I mean, it's a strong second, the second most enjoyable time I've ever been carried by a guy. Obviously, the first goes to you, honey.
I hope so. Absolutely.
Yeah, feel free. As long as my husband's all right with it, you can carry me anytime.
I will never take you up on that, but
And he's like,
Anyway,
hey, you know, the wife wants what the wife wants, you know.
right.
Happy wife,
balcony?
happy life.
Balcony.
Oh yeah, balcony. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
You want to carry me too?
I'm just gonna start walking. He has Oda's super long black robes that look like a black hole kind of drift
Mhm.
behind him as he's fading out into the balcony.
They will follow behind. and
Are
into the
Addie
murderous
and
order.
Forrest out there.
Yeah, Addie, I assume that you two are still out here smoking. It's a cool night. It's nice out.
Yeah.
Oda will return, followed by the bride and groom.
So, this is not a traditional ceremony for your people, but there is a rite that I can perform that I thought would be a blessing to you and the start of your marriage. If you would both please stand here, and I'll direct them to you. There's 2 individual circles that are connected through a series of intricate line work surrounded by another set of circles with runes, kind of all written in this powdered silver. And then Oda will pull out his little book, and he'll begin reciting this long incantation. It's a whole thing. It takes like 20 minutes, and it's in Celestial.
Absolutely.
Begins reciting this. As he does, the runes catch on fire in this little. It's like a baby blue flame to it. Before the outer ring catches on fire, and then eventually the 2 individual circles light on fire before they're slowly connected. And by the end of the ritual, not that it's going to matter because we're going to leave, but for the next 7 days, the targets gain a +2 bonus to their AC when they're within 30 feet of each other. So there you go.
Fantastic. At the end, Shirizu will kind of wipe a tear away from her eye, and she'll say, "Honey, I know that you didn't understand a word that he said, but I took Celestial in college, and that was it. That was beautiful. It was gorgeous. It was very heart of my heart. My love, you are the moon, the sun, the stars. My love for you flows like the tides. It was a beautiful, beautiful ceremony. He did a very good job. Also, thank you so much for being here. Our magician died in the accident yesterday, and so it was very nice to see. That was the one thing that I was really hoping to see this wedding. So thank you for making my special day perfect, minus the death."
I'm sorry to hear about that, and I'm glad that I could do something to make up for it.
Absolutely. Well, you know, all of your friends have been very, very kind to us. I know. Look, my husband's the type of guy to, you know, kind of beat around the bush, be a little mysterious about it. You know, be a little threatening, a little on the low down. You know, he's a little subtle. I don't really do subtlety. That's why I was the one on track, not him. So I'm gonna be real with you. We know that it was you guys and your ship. Probably a ship. It was a ship, right?
Yes.
She kind of looks at all 3 of you. Okay, yeah, it was a ship. We know, and we want you to know that it's okay. The life of a Hadesy is one fraught with danger. We are known for being the closest and the farthest away from death. We believe that living life closer to death is the truest way that one can live. And sometimes that means you fall off the edge of the blade. Sometimes that means you fall off the edge. And that's a sad thing. It's not something to be desired. But it's something that happens. And, you know, sometimes it's because of something you do. Sometimes it's because of something someone else does. And that's just the way of life. So you don't got to feel bad about it. I mean, feel a little bad. Feel sad. People died, and that's sad. You should be sad. But it's okay. People die. That's just a thing that happens. And we're very thankful that you were at our wedding and that you cleaned up the mess that you made. If you had not cleaned up the mess that you made, then we would have found you. You know, that's not a cool thing to do. You don't go around making mistakes, people dying. But you shut up. You rescued people. I saw in and out of my consciousness as you were healing me with your fancy magic words. I saw that young lass over there. That young lady running in and out of the building, getting more cut up every single time that she came in and out of there, getting burns, getting scars, and not a single person died from what she did. All of the people that she got out of there recovered. You know, and I saw you healing people, and that fine gentleman over there hiding his face, smoking a pipe. You know, he was commanding. He was doing stuff. He was telling people where to go. He was moving water lines. And that's, you know, that's a good thing to see. And your other 2, that young lady Medora, you know, she was beat up, she was battered, she was bruised. She was helping up just like everyone else. And then the cowboy in the weird armor at the time. No, he was in the nerd crop top. Man, he was in that nerd crop top. God
Oh my
damn.
god.
Oh my god.
Her husband, Akishi, will like elbow her and he'll be like, honey, not in front of the, not right now. And she's like, I'm sorry, he looked good. He in the kind of like nerdy but sexy kind of way.
Yes. I told you, Talon.
I've managed to find myself surrounded by quite the group of kids. I'm very lucky to get to move with them.
Absolutely. And look, if you need help with something, we are happy to give it. You have saved more lives than you have killed. And that's a net positive, I would like to believe. Some people were closer to death than they ever have been. And that's a good thing for Hadesy. It's a good thing to remember where you stand. Specifically with your ship, I mean, if you had to jerry-rig something, then it's probably in pretty bad repairs, not to mention doing it in a junkyard, which means that it's probably made out of mostly trash, if I'm going to be 100% real.
Well, I'll have to see what the rest of the group is thinking. But if there's
I should
an
ask,
opportunity
who's your captain? Who's running this? Is it you? Oda is your name, right?
Oh, by no means, I do not have that skill set.
She looks at Addie and she's like, huh?
Nah.
I believe it's Captain Leslie.
Oh, the sexy nerd.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just say Captain Leslie?
There's Captain Bear. I think that's what he said. I didn't get
Captain Leslie Bear?
Bear is our
Bear.
captain.
Yes.
You have a bear as a captain? I didn't know that they could fly.
The cowboy is the captain.
The sexy nerd, gotcha.
Yes.
I'm now a blue lumberjack.
Man, he can two-step with me anytime.
Right. Oh my gosh, dude.
Okay, he looks at you and he's like, hey, man. Yeah, it's just a thing. Live fast, die young.
For the next week or so, when you two are together, you might notice that you feel more
in love.
Yeah, love as well, but also stronger and more capable. So try not
like
to push
the
it.
bicentennial man. Man, is that not a poll?
My gosh. Nonetheless, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know that
No, absolutely. We thank you very much. I'll make sure to talk to your Captain Bear and make sure just to check if there's anything there. And we'll talk with YT.
Yes.
And double check with him. I know that he's been helping you out with. He's kept this project secret out in the junkyard for years now. So I'm guessing that probably has something to do with it. Thank you very much for the light show. I hope that all you kids out there are nice to each other. You all seem like very good people. And so thank you very much. Thank you for being here tonight. I know that you kind of got blackmailed into it. She elbows Akishi. Absolutely. You all look wonderful. I hope that you enjoy. I hope you enjoy the cake and the drinks. Sweetie, you might want to drink some water, eat some bread.
I'm good.
That's like drinking gasoline, darling. That's going to eat a hole through your stomach lining.
I feel great.
That's how it gets you. It's a slow burn.
I think I am good for another, actually. I'm going to go.
To each their own, like live on the edge, right? That's Hadesy. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Beautiful ceremony, great party, great booze.
Absolutely. By the way, if you could pick up Rico, he's collapsed. He was the one you were drinking with earlier, and you danced a bit. He has collapsed.
Yep.
And could probably use someone. I know that you're real strong. You can pick people up. You already carried him out of here earlier, so.
Addie. Thanks for talking. I really appreciate it.
I'm not going to say anytime because I don't want to talk anytime. But Yeah.
I got you. I understand.
Cool.
Wow, what a
Go get
weird
another
vibe your whole group has. This is great. They'll head back into the building with everyone else.
Oda goes over to Ballister and just goes, oh,
That went well.
Wait, did I lose both my dang it. I'll have to ask him for pipes again.
Yes, Addie, you head in to pick up
As
Rico, who's just
she
kind of
heads
flopped.
in. Leslie is leading a chorus of "You're as smooth as Hennessy whiskey," and everybody's having a great old time.
Absolutely.
No, I'm
everyone's
sitting in the
singing
back like this.
chorus.
I'm like,
It has been karaoke time for a while.
They all got Hennessy whiskey in their hands.
100%.
Yeah.
It's great. Leslie, as you are kind of wrapping up Hennessy whiskey, a very completely original song that is not
Thank you, everybody.
a
I
parody.
gotta tell y'all that I haven't had this much fun since the revolution, and I hope you all have a good night. And
Everyone's like,
this is a great party. We'll win someday, maybe.
"Woo, let's go."
Just casual treason.
And then he walks over to the bar. Yeah.
The bride and groom will come up to you at the bar, and Akishi will say, "I don't know if anyone's told you. You have a gorgeous voice. Have you considered like going to like Bard College or anything like that?
Me? Oh,
I mean,
you know.
You got the looks, you got the
Oh,
pipes.
stop that right now. You're
My
too
wife can't
sweet.
shut up about you."
What?
And she's like, "Howdy. I've never said howdy before. Did I do it right?
Howdy.
More W. I'm not
It's
good at
more
W's.
of an I.
Anyway, what my husband came over here trying to say is, well, first off, we talked to some of your friends and they mentioned that you were the captain of a certain ship that may or may not have backfired and ended up killing a bunch of people. Well, like 3 of 5 people.
Yeah, that was rough, that one. But I think it'll be up and running now. So
Oh,
you
that's
can
good.
call me
That's good.
Captain Leslie.
We will do that. She like looked at her husband and he looks back at it and she's like, well, we just
Hey,
wanted to make sure.
Captain
Is it
Silvers.
over in the distance you hear, "Hey, how can I help you, Captain Leslie?"
They're asking us about our ship.
What do you mean our ship?
Our ship.
Squib.
DM.
Yeah.
At this point, Talith has made his way back
this is
inside.
amazing.
And
Uh-huh.
and as he steps into the door, I like to imagine like the first thing he hears is Leslie being like, "Hi, I'm Captain Leslie," and then immediately shouting towards Silvers.
Silvers is walking over to him right now.
And he just very like quickly speed walks over there and puts an arm around both of them and says, "Well, it's been such a lovely party and reception. Thank you so much for inviting us and allowing us to crash.
Yeah.
Despite all
This
that
is
has
this is our
occurred.
right hand man, by the way.
I think these two both need to get some rest and some sleep. They've been
We're sort of
hitting
like
the liquids pretty hard.
co-captaining.
So I think I'm gonna get these two to bed. Thank you so much for your hospitality."
It's going to look you in the eye. He's going to put a hand on you, and he's going to say, "Look, look. Do you really think? Look at us. All right. I want you to look around you right now. I want you to examine the spot that you're in. Do you really think that we are big supporters of any form of government?"
No.
I want you to
Hell
examine the
no.
situation. Let's be clear here. Hadazi are very firm on the idea that the police are nothing but a standing militia meant to enforce laws that are meant to keep the lower class down.
Yeah.
And nothing but pigs, really. So, look, you're good here. You're not going to get any... Why do you think we live out here in the middle of nowhere?
Because
Hadazi father ain't looked at kindly. Because we tend to be a little bit rebellious ourselves. Also
know
because
what?
we tend to carry explosives with us, but that's besides the point.
You know what I think?
I would love to know what you think, Captain Leslie.
I think the way that the Hadesy live is beautiful.
Well, I thank you very much. Now, I want to be
live
clear here.
with love. You lead with care for one another. You fight for everybody and not yourselves. And by golly, that is the most important thing.
Captain Silvers will speak up and he'll like wipe a tear. He's like, it brings a tear to my eye to see the Hadesy all joining together, linking hands and fighting for what's right. I remember when I made a choice that weren't so good.
Yeah, I
Where it
remember
left
that too.
me. When I stabbed you from back to belly.
It wasn't even you, all right?
He's like, I seem to remember it differently.
All right.
Anyway,
I'm the captain.
lovely
He's
memories
not the captain.
and lovely
It's his core.
history and camaraderie.
My
We
ship.
all
Hey,
want to
look.
live life.
All right, all three of you need to settle down. I'm trying to do business here. All right?
While this is
Yeah.
happening, I'm assuming I've already walked up to now where
Uh-huh.
I'm hearing commotion and hearing Leslie talk his stuff. I am going to trying to think of where I'd place this. I'm trying to think of how the place is set up. I'm trying to think if I could do this. Can I do this? I want to cast Druidcraft, but have the smell of explosives, like almost like very faint dynamite, like a smell, like a faint smell,
You
like
want-
Yeah, you can do
somewhere
that.
that then like kind of entices him, where it can be like,
There's enough plants that are naturally explosive that you can mimic one of those. It's probably from Magonia would be the number one place that these plants would be. So yeah, you can absolutely and someone says, hey, whoever's lighting off dynamite, take it outside.
probably should go check that out. I know that this is y'all's reception and like making sure everything's like all nice and crisp. We can talk later. It'll be fine. I want y'all to have like a great reception. It's
I'm gonna be clear here. First of all, this reception could already use a little boom pow. You know what I'm talking about?
oh,
And either way, you know, it's probably Doretti. That guy, he can never gosh dang, you know, keep his firecrackers in his pants, you know. So we're gonna tell him to, yeah, he'll deal with it. He'll be fine. He knows better. Not a problem. Look, all right. What I'm trying to get at is that you guys probably need stuff.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know what it is. Bring your ship by tomorrow. Do you have any idea what are the things that you need?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I used to run a whole crew. We'll need food. We'll need gunpowder. We'll need ammunitions. We'll need probably water barrels,
YT has showed up and he'll say, Captain,
medicine,
Captain?
bandages.
Captain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Before we get the gunpowder and the ammunition, we're going to need guns first.
the cannons. They were stripped, weren't they?
Yeah, we're gonna need some weaponry.
If you got cannons, we're gonna need 20.
Okay, Captain, we don't have room for 20 cannons.
I think I know how many cannons go on my ship, don't you think?
I you know,
I think
absolutely.
you've been
Captain.
line dancing a little too much, Leslie.
Can I also offer that before we get cannons, we need sails?
That'd be great. That's a good idea.
Sails. Go on the ship. Good
We're
thinking.
at that. We need some rigging.
Yeah.
You know, the basics.
I think, yeah, maybe you should ask him. He's got it.
Yeah, that might be a better idea. And
Does
he's
anyone
like,
have any water? I'm a little thirsty.
I'll just put a little potion thing filled with water that I got for emergency. Like, here you go. Just pop open the top. Just here, Leslie.
Thanks.
Addie has Riku like over one shoulder and a pint in the other hand.
Oh my gosh.
Our team is falling apart.
Rico
Oh
is
my God.
he is like death gripped onto an upright tankard. Even as you're carrying him, he like doesn't spill a
Where-
drop.
Does he need to go?
Tell you what, we'll talk with YT. I'm gonna show her where we put the drunks.
Awesome.
And then we'll see you here tomorrow. I hope they have a wonderful night. Things should be wrapping up here pretty quick. We have pictures that need to be taken. We expect you to be in them. Look your best. You're doing great out there. Yes, we take pictures after everyone is drunk. They're way funnier.
Oh my gosh. Hey, does anyone know where the bathroom's at?
Yes. They're ready. If you put away your dynamite, show them where the restroom's at. And he's like, it wasn't me, boss. It wasn't me. He's like, shut up, they're ready.
Oda, can you go with Leslie to make sure he doesn't like piss his pants?
Your rest move.
Happy to help a brother in arms.
You give father energy, so be a father for him really quick. Just help him out.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, Leslie. Let's go take care.
Sweet.
I'm gonna cast lesser restoration on Leslie.
As strawberry wine.
Strawberry wine.
I cast lesser restoration.
Better not get
on Leslie.
copyrighted.
Sobers fast. It's almost painful, like how fast you get sobered up.
And I like shade his eyes for a second. All right, you come on. All right, you're good.
What?
Like a couple of like slaps on the cheek.
Hey, whoa,
Hey,
that's enough of that, buddy.
There you are.
I gotta pee real bad.
Yeah, bathroom's that way. I'm not gonna help.
As
You're a grown-ass
the
man, like,
night comes to an end, pictures are taken. You all head to your various respective places and things that you need to take care of. Deliver the drunks to the pile of drunks. The photographer takes just a picture of the pile of drunks. You are free to head back to your place of rest for the night. No need to worry. Your unconscious child is still there, still unconscious. The snake pops its head up, kind of nods to you as like a thumbs up.
What's his name again?
Serious.
Thank you.
Serious.
You gotta remember, why so serious?
Why
Oh,
so
yeah.
serious?
Oh yeah, true.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to do before you take a rest, sober up, and get to the next day? Oda.
Before we leave, after everybody else leaves, I'm gonna go over to the open bar. Could I get like 2 growlers of that hazy ale?
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's on them. So sure. And he will fill up. The bartender will acquiesce.
Perfect. Anybody that's looking around would notice that Oda pulls out the cheap steel chain that's around his neck with 3 glass. They're supposed to look like gemstones, but they're just broken pieces of glass. One of them is pretty nice. He just inserts it into the air and turns it, opens this little portal in space, and pulls out a small chest, and then puts the 2 growlers in it, and then closes it and locks it back in before he leaves.
As you leave, Oda, the band is wrapping up. They're packing up their things. You smell fresh air again. And your heart starts to ache. And out of the corner of your eyes, you look behind you, sitting on the edge of this stage, hanging your head, is Adeline.
Seeing that, I will adjust my game plan a little bit. I'm going to go back out onto that balcony. And into the air, I will offer a hand.
Unseen to you, feel pressure in your palm.
And then we'll go through just one dance together on the balcony.
Absolutely. You go through one dance to music that only you can hear. The rest of you pack up, head back to the ship. I mean, Oda will join you as well. And take your long rest for the night. You wake up in the morning. Some of you more hungover than others. Addie, can you make a constitution check for me?
Yes. Is this just a straight check?
Just a check, not a saving throw. And because... Can you also roll it with disadvantage?
I would love to. As an 11 or 11 or a 22. So an 11.
So the 11. The statement of it will eat a hole through your gut is very accurate. Like you feel as though like someone, you know what it feels like to be stabbed. It is
Damn, that was
achingly similar.
good. Damn. They weren't kidding. That is. Oh. Guys,
from,
let's take on the day.
from a different room, you
Medical
hear
attention.
Silvers go, "I've been stabbed!"
Oh, man.
Stomach!
I knew the feeling.
I hear some screaming.
I'm
Gotta
dying!
get my, gotta get my
you're
cooking
not.
on.
Babies, I feel pretty good myself.
Lord,
need-
take me!
Any medical attention?
It's finally
He's
coming
fine.
for me. I can
He's
see
fine.
the end, the light at the end of that silver
I'm gonna
tunnel.
splash just a cup of water on his face.
I'm drowning. Oh, I never learned how to swim, the boy.
Oh, just drink some salt water. Whatever Oda did to me yesterday, it seemed to help.
Oda,
I feel pretty
you've
darn
got to
good.
help me. I'm drowning.
I'll go over
I'm
to
dying.
good old Captain Silvers, and I'm just gonna grab his hand in my hands, and I'm just gonna cast Lesser Restoration on him. There you go, buddy. You feel a little better now? Is that okay? On a scale, I pull up a little piece of paper with emojis, smiley face to like angry face. On a scale of 1 to 10, like what's your pain at?
Is 10 being the worst pain that could ever
it's like
happen?
the angry one, you know.
I've never been in the most pain that could ever happen, so it's a difficult scale for me to measure.
Just gonna give him a glass of water then.
He like takes a drink and
Make
he
sure
says-
to put some salt in that. You're gonna want some electrolytes.
He pulls out a little salt packet. He'll empty it into his cup.
You
and
carry
drink it.
those with you?
I get drunk very often, pretty much all the time.
Does that mean
This
that
is-
you want the salt to go in your thumb for your tequila shots? Is that why you
Yeah.
carry it?
That is absolutely.
Mm.
You've read me like a book. Turns out old Captain Silvers isn't as unreadable as used to be. You know, I know that I appear like a young spring chicken. But the liver never quite grows younger.
That's what they say.
That is what they say. Everyone says it. All the
Are
time.
we wanting to take the ship over today? Is that the plan?
Oh, yes, they offered, if I remember correctly. I was in a bit of a state last night.
Who
That's
offered?
Two of you are aware. You're also screaming your names at each other from across the reception. I don't know if that's going to be a problem in the future, but just so you're aware, that's why. Definitely
Wait,
wasn't
who
'cause I
were?
mentioned that you were. You
Maybe
two were.
that's
Definitely
why
wasn't-
someone stabbed me. It wouldn't be the first time
You
that I
guys
came
didn't
across
stop
someone who
me?
knew the name of Silvers.
I'm
and
assuming they're
decided
near the
to take their
kitchen, so I
vengeance.
just like peek my head out with like a little cute little frilly apron. I'm like, oh, it was much worse than just names.
Oh,
Much
and I bet
worse.
you started it too. He points at Captain Silvers. I bet you
No.
started it.
Starts with
No,
Actually, with
actually, Bear, we're gonna have to have a talk, a deep sit down talk about
We're gonna
you
keep
talking while
secrets.
you're drinking.
Yeah, it might be a good thing if we don't drink if we're actively
Oh.
keeping secrets.
Everyone always blames it on the man with no right leg.
I've always been
Meh.
a bit of a big mouth, I guess.
You know what
We
that's
just-
called, Mr. Captain Leslie? It's called prejudice. That's what
What?
it is. You're picking
are
on
you
someone with
going
a
on
physical
about?
disability.
Is
Oh,
YT here?
He shows up shirtless in the doorway, and he's like, "Hey,
I
it's,
go and I cover Medora's eyes. Yeah.
oh, I did it again.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
did.
I'm so sorry." And he'll go back into his room real quick and come back out wearing a plain white tee and some
They
jeans.
call you white
The
tea.
blue jeans, the outfit that everyone
Yeah,
wants
he
the
looks
man
like
to wear.
Kevin Bacon from Footloose.
Nice.
Oh, now the
Specifically
ick is there.
In the
Oh,
scene
no.
where he in the scene where he dances out his rage. That is
Nice.
specifically.
Oh, now for me, the ick is there.
his appearance.
Ick is
Ooh.
present. I'm like, ooh.
Not a Kevin
Medora
Bacon
didn't
fan.
like that.
Understandable.
Young Timothy, who are we bringing the ship to? Is this something that you
yeah,
agreed?
no, the Haddazee. Well, you were there. You agreed to it. The Haddazee offered to help us with repairs.
Why can't I remember nothing?
Well,
It's frustrating.
I mean, do you remember your rendition of oh God, what's the song name?
I
I don't know. You sang a lot of songs out there. Well, there was Tennessee Whiskey. You guys were out for a lot of it, moving in between places.
And we're taking the ship to do what?
Well, we need new sails. Well, specifically, I actually have a list here.
We're
of
getting
things
this
that we
thing fly
need.
ready.
Yes.
Well, let's go
We're gonna need sails. We're gonna need weapons, and one of our biggest problems is we're a little short on crew. We can probably fly this ship, but it's going to be real difficult if we need to do any tight maneuvers, if we engage in combat. I mean, each one of these is going to require we can fit 3 weapons on the ship, and each one is going to need 3 people manning it. So,
I could potentially help find some crew if we're interested in that.
Who do you have in mind?
Well, I know a guy, and he would find the crew.
Here on the edge?
Yeah, he's not too far away.
Well, if they're trustworthy.
He very much so with my life, absolutely.
What do you all think? I think it sounds like a fine plan.
I mean, we'd have to pay them,
Let's keep it as an option because payment is depending on that price. It's a price that we'll have to pay with the arm and a leg. So let's look at some other options first. We
Captain
appreciate
Silvers
the offer.
I can't help with that. He holds up his hook hand.
Well, I'll inquire and we'll kind of see if that keep that in the back pocket. And
Yeah, just inquire, get the payment plan, and then just figure out.
pull out
the idea
a little it's like a wooden pencil case. Kind of looks like this little harmonica box, and I open it up. There's 6 rocks on the inside, and I pick the blue one. And I just start tapping on it, and it glows. And I'm gonna just send some Morse code.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I assume
Specifically, I'm going to Lycath.
Yeah, Lycath.
Yeah.
What's your order? Just hey, we might need some crew, or what are you asking?
Yeah. I will message us, say potential need for crew, 4 to 12 bodies. How much?
The message comes back, living or dead?
Living, preferably.
That's a little joke from Lycath. But he'll send some numbers. Let me get back to you on that one. He needs to do some math, and by that I mean I need to do some math.
I'm gonna go over to Talith and just ask, how do you feel about this? Outsourcing a crew.
Well, the more people that know about our existence, the more people that could out us, which could lead to, our imminent hanging.
Doom.
Yep. Now, that being said, I certainly don't know how to work a ship.
Could read about it. That's what you do.
How hard can it be?
Pick up a book.
Yeah, go
Just
get a
saying.
book.
Come on, Talith, that's your whole thing.
I mean, that's true. I could read about it, and we do have 2 very experienced captains that could teach us.
They're both bickering in the background.
Yeah, as he looks.
The camera focuses, on them, and then refocuses on you guys.
And to Medora's point, we don't have a whole lot of funds right now,
Someone say my
if
name.
any.
No.
So even if we did have some money to pay these people to help work a ship, it's not going to last very long, in which case it might not actually be worth it for us in the long run.
They're saying that we need 3 people to man the guns, but these are also guns from quite a few years ago that they're experienced with. So maybe there's some newer models we could get our hands on that would only require 1 person, say. If there's
I wonder.
7 of us, that's 4 people to man the ship.
DM, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The arcane runes
Yeah.
Are they like spiderwebbed all over the entire ship?
Yeah, mostly on the underside of the floor where the spelljammer's connected to. So it would be hard to see, but you can easily go check them. They spread across pretty much the entirety.
So my reason I ask, is there a theoretical way to hook the cannons up to like the arcane network of the ship?
He wants to remote control the freaking cannons.
Well,
That would
we
be
have
pretty sick.
let me look through my 17 books that I require for this casting campaign. The main issue at hand is that these are like pretty heavy powered, these some heavy firepower, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your ship is, let me find it, the correct page here. It's a cross between a space galleon and a Shrike ship. It's the main size and layout of a Shrike ship, with the extra deck down below for storage of a space galleon and the landing gear of the Shrike ship. The Shrike ship is outfitted for 3 ballista. Is their main go-to. Although one of those can be replaced with a kind of a mangonel. In order, just in general, the reason that it requires three people to man these is it takes one person to aim, one person to load, and one person to fire. And that's your biggest thing. Like, you can probably automate the loading to reduce it to 2 if you like manage to get some kind of like engineer type. You might be able to ask the Hadesy to do something like that. But the aiming and the firing is going to be the problem. Mainly because, like, I mean, that's just tough, you know?
Okay.
If I could
I might-
find, there's so many pages here.
Also mentioned, we don't have to let the crew know who we are, what we do. We are, anonymous employers. When I ran the Soul Runner, that's how we ran most of it. So
And the what?
it was my ship from. I mean, I didn't run it. I wasn't a captain like Leslie or Silvers, but it was the ship that I owned, and
That's
I
because
was the
there ain't
financier,
another
yeah.
cotton like Silvers.
I think people
true.
still talk.
Yeah, they'll still
And
ask
even
around.
Even if you hired people as private anonymous employers, people talk. Word
It's
gets
true.
around, stories get shared, and I don't want that.
I'll have to
I'm
trust someone eventually.
not sure.
You'll have to trust someone eventually. It
I
doesn't have to be
trust-
today, but
I trust people. I've known you for a day and a half,
it's true. That is
so
true.
you're not on that list.
That is true. I see.
Once we all sail together, it's one of the most bonding things you can do.
So,
Eh,
Captain, guns aside, then,
Yes.
how many would the 7 of us be enough to actually at least allow us to travel?
Oh, yes, no. Piloting the ship will be fine. As long as we get some sails, we should be able to. Right now, we're moving at about half speed, so we wouldn't want to be going anywhere. Tight maneuvers might be a little bit difficult. Leslie, you would know. Tight maneuvers require good teamwork amongst the crew, and we don't quite have the hands nor experience doing any of the fancy flying that you're used to. Pretty much straight
Yeah.
and narrow. Our best bet is just outrunning. She'll
Absolutely.
find
You
a
know,
speed ship.
So,
the
so
ship
how
is
about
known
this
for
then?
escaping.
How about this then? Oda can obviously eventually hear back about a crew, and we can even see if money wise, if it's even possible, let alone for everything else. However, if that's the case, I see no reason to wait on guns, because as is, if somebody does try to attack us, it's probably better for us just to run anyway. And if they try and board us, then we don't need the ballista. And even if they're far away still, we have ranged magic and other things.
I agree. It's a bit risky going without artillery, but
And we are
escape is our
still
specialty, and it's a little
on a
bit
time crunch.
fun.
That girl
That
does seem
way.
to have a limited time. It'd be best to get her to some help quickly.
I agree. And Captain Silvers and I talked,
Oi.
and although it was my ship, it is his core. So he'll
We
probably...
agreed to take a joint partnership on the whole name of Captain. I'll be Captain during the day. He can be Captain during the night. But we'll operate on a 12 to 12 basis. I have every other Thursday. And then he
Yep.
has weekends, but only in half the year.
Yep.
Right, whatever floats your boat.
This doesn't sound like a good custody battle for you, Leslie.
No, well,
He was drunk when he agreed.
I wasn't gonna say it, but he did get my signature. So
Well, I have to get my beauty sleep in, so it's a good thing that you've got the night shift.
and that might be when anything happens. We might need the...
Well, that's how I
Better
got you, because you were
captain to take
sleeping in. And thank you very much. Better Captain, I swear. I'll run you through back to belly a second time.
Okay, well, if y'all need me, I'm gonna be in the engine room. In Talflames.
Well, as captain of the ship, I'll pilot it towards the Odyssey.
And he'll go downstairs and begin the trip to the Haddazee. It does not take long. You guys are it's a clipper ship. It's pretty fast. You pull up. You see Akishi was watching out for you, so he's waiting down below. He'll say, as you guys descend, he'll address Leslie. I almost went into Captain Silver's voice there for a second. That was awkward. So this is a ship, eh? This is the legendary.
This
Wow.
is it. I know
What a
she
piece.
doesn't look like much at first glance, but what this ship can do, it would blow your mind.
I mean, I heard the
Especially once we get
stories.
sails, we get, all the little odds and ends that it's missing. You see, it was stripped, which is why we need your help.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, for sure. So you for sure you're gonna need sails. You're gonna need sails. You're gonna need the rigging.
Yep.
We can pick those up pretty quick. We already always got a stock of them in the back. They sell like hotcakes.
Speaking of selling, what was this gonna cost us?
Well, once I know what you're going for, then we can work something out. We take debt slips. So if you can't pay right away, you can put it on payment plan. Most of our stuff is refurbished; it's secondhand, so it's going to run you less than buying things fresh. Although we do have you sign basically a slip that's saying that if anything goes wrong, it's not on us. Yeah. Are you going to need weaponry? You're going to need cannons. Are you going to need a ballista? We always got a series of things in stock.
I think we'll pass for now.
You're running wild and free. I like it. Dropping a little bit of weight, making yourself a bit more maneuverable. How much are you going to need? We can acquire some food for you if you need food for the journey. You're going to need food for the journey.
Yeah. Enough for... How far is this next destination?
You're heading to Toru. Thanks, Drew, for being incredibly good at note taking. Toru is the second farthest away moon. It is basically 2 away from the main planet.
And to remind the viewers, we're going to go to the high security prison where
Yes.
somebody we think who can help with this girl.
Mm-hmm. So Toru, yes,
Also, the fact that Oda doesn't know that either.
there is
True.
the core planet of Ouroboros, and then just 1 moon away is Arya, and then there's Toru.
Will this
Toru
be a
is 1
long,
away.
lengthy journey, or is it pretty quick?
If the skirmisher is running at full speed, it won't take too long. It'll probably take about a day and a half.
Okay. Cool. We'll take about maybe a week's worth of food for 7 people.
Yeah, okay, a week's worth of food. That sounds good. That sounds doable.
Breakfast food.
Maybe for 9 people, the girl and whoever we're going to go see potentially.
Oh yeah, how's she doing? The unconscious child that you had, she doing fine?
She's
Hasn't changed.
It's a real shame. That's a real shame. She got like some like kind of head damage or something. What's up with her? Do you know?
We're trying to figure that out.
That's a shame. That's a tough thing. We end up with a lot of people in comas and stuff like that. It's tough, you know. It's a real tough thing. So question: how legal is this purchase? How legal do you want it to be?
If we can keep it on the down low, that'd be great. We don't want, any word going out that there was maybe a ship that was maybe put together and
okay. And you said no on the weaponry. You don't want nothing. No cannons. No mangonel. No.
We shouldn't need them for now.
Okay.
But we could be back. We're in business together.
Here we go. Okay,
and we will
right.
have to pay later if that wasn't clear.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going on the payment plan. Food for what, 9 for a week, and rigging sales. Yes, I see you raising your hand there, nice gentleman.
Oda's a business owner. Depending on how much it costs, he could foot the bill.
Yeah, we'll see. And if you're running it in gold, that'll cost you a little bit more, just because transferring funds. But also, gold is naturally worth a little bit more than your standard currency. I'm sure that you all know it. You all look like you've seen kind of the darker side of life. So, as if we were going to run it bits, conversion rates, sweetie, could you bring me a calculator? Shirizu will kind of appear and she'll say, yeah, okay, I got you. I need to do math, so I need an actual calculator here.
And because apparently some people were sharing their personal information last night at the reception, I'm thinking maybe if it's all right, we could stay on the down low while everything's installed, maybe near or in the ship. If that's all right, we'll stay out of your way. I'm sure you understand.
Are you trying to insinuate that some of my people are Nox? Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
You think that we would reveal some of that information to someone?
A lot of people come in and out of the edge, and we just really need to be.
You're the first people that we've seen from that have visited the trash heap. I mean, you get visitors, but it's mainly people on down low anyway. They don't care.
That's a good point.
While he's like calculating everything, I kind of lean over to Addie because after hearing him talk, I go, "Did we ever mention the girl?"
She was around Addie's shoulders when you guys showed up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they saw.
I was trying to make sure.
Yeah.
I didn't know if
No, they
Drunk
haven't been-
Leslie said anything. Okay.
No, God, not that I remember, and I remember everything. I think.
Okay.
Maybe.
Good. Because
Not sure.
the last night was still a blur, so I was terrified that they knew too much.
Yeah.
All right. Good to
No,
know.
I trust them. They're
I wonder if they might even have some people that want to, see new world, see something different, maybe leave. Oh, that's what I was going to offer, but no, the old man wanted to ask his buddy.
we have options.
What?
I mean, we have options.
We got a lot of options. And mind you, I'm turned so that Oda can't read my lips. I am turned.
Sad for Oda.
Gold wise, if you're just going with the rigging, the moment you start adding the rigging in the food, the moment you start adding weapons in there, things get a little bit tricksy. That'll run you about 34 GP.
Oh. I can cover that.
How much gold does everyone have?
What
Good grief.
what, is this old man a sugar daddy? What is going on?
I don't.
Been around a little bit.
I can't cover like any of that. He says quietly to Oda, in case you're thinking weird.
I'll cover it and we can work something out.
I mean, are you sure we can do a payment plan? You can pay it out across a month, a year.
I mean, if he can do it, then we might as
You're good
well
with
do
just
it.
upfront? You're good with an upfront purchase?
I'm fine with that.
I'm assuming you're not going to want a receipt for this.
Receipt would be great, actually.
Oh, you would like a receipt. All right. Then, legal documentation for an illegal purchase. I like it.
Oh, we're indebted to this guy.
He'll start
Now it's just
snapping his
illegal purchase,
fingers.
you know?
And he's like, just so you know, I threw in a little bit of a discount for the nice little performance. By the way, and he'll like kind of pull it out to the side and he'll say, my wife and talking, we really liked your vibe. If at any point in time you want to stop on by, feel free. You're happy to, doors are open.
I will offer a hand to him.
As he pulls you aside and he like shakes your hand, Sharizu will pull Leslie to the side and she's like, hey, so you know, me and my husband were talking.
Oh
And,
no!
we really liked your vibe. I really liked your vibe. So you know, if you're ever interested, doors are open.
Oh wow. You're just saying if I ever come back that I'm welcome to stay. I got a bed.
Oh yeah, you've got us.
Mm.
Hold up!
You have a guest room, maybe?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
This went right over Oda's head.
Well, I'm glad to know that.
Absolutely. You
because-
know, it's no pressure or anything. I'm just saying, you know.
Well, in my line of life, you never know when you might need to go to the edge. So,
You know, hey,
thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
live
I
life on the
appreciate
edge,
that.
and you know, changes a person.
That it does. My life did change. Yeah, well, that was a long time ago.
Wow, you almost broke into a whole monologue there, didn't you? That's kind of
I
hot.
almost did, but I'm not drunk. So I'm
Well,
I
maybe we
know
can
how to
change that
say
next time,
things
sweetheart. Maybe we
Yeah.
can change that. At this point in time, oh gosh, what's her name?
Sharizu?
Sharizu.
No.
Oh, there's another one. Oh my!
Lakiri will pull Talith to
Yes, please. Oh, the moment she does this, I glare
moved to
real
crutches.
hard.
She glares at you and she says, just so you know, I've forgiven you. I've thought a lot about it. And I know that, you know, I get it. It's time just wasn't right for us. But, you know, if your heart ever changes, I'll be here.
Mind you, I'm like giving death stares. I'm just like,
Thank you. I appreciate the forgiveness. I will keep it in mind. I hope you find what you're looking for.
And his pants.
I think that I'd like to believe that I already have. Also, whenever you realize that that she-devil over there, she isn't good for you, you can come to me.
Oh no!
He like looks over his shoulder and like yeah, like it's like Medora like looks away and is like pretending not to pay attention, and then he looks over at Addie, who very much is not paying attention, and he's just
At
okay.
this point, you notice that Oda was looking over at you.
Yeah.
Rico will will go up to Adeline. And by the way, this is just a whole bunch of Hadazi are basically like going onto your ship. And like they're bringing rigging and they're like fixing things up and kind of moving the stuff that you've ordered. It's like very efficient. Rika will walk up to you, Addie, and he'll say, "Hey, I want you to know I had a great time last night."
Yep, I'm gonna stop you right there. Great sentiment.
I was just gonna say, if you need a drinking buddy anytime,
Love that.
I brought some of my.
I go on the defensive
Did you
anytime anyone
think
brings
that
up the night prior.
Oh,
No,
That's very
it's a
understandable.
knee-jerk response.
100%. I barely remember a thing. By the way, you are
Good,
very
yeah.
strong. You're very good at carrying
Thank you.
people.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, let's do it again.
100%. You can carry me
Maybe-
anytime.
Hey, happy to do it.
But yeah,
Maybe next time you'll hold your liquor a little bit better.
look, I'll try. But you know,
That was
you were the
weak.
winner last night. You were the winner. I'll admit it. I was drunk and I was weak. I couldn't admit that
It's okay.
you beat me fair and square. So
It
it's payment.
happens.
I've may or may not have smuggled some of our brew onto your ship. So you know, when you drink
My
it,
king.
Look,
I'll pour one out for you, man.
well, don't
worry.
waste it.
Then pour one out into
your mouth.
my into
There we
my
go.
glass, in which I will then drink it.
I'll drink. I'll try to think of you, but I'll probably be too drunk to remember what you look like.
Understandable.
So I'll see you around.
See you around.
Understandable.
Dang it, I'm all alone. No, how does he walk up to me? I'm just
The old auntie walks up to you and says, "Sweetheart, if you could just give that nice kind of lumberjack my number." He seems like he's kind of surrounded right now.
You know what? We'll definitely do that for you.
Oh,
Can you
my
just give me a
word.
piece of paper? I will.
Absolutely. I'll give you the whole sending stone.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I could do that for you. Yeah.
Yeah, look, I noticed that you seem awfully, you were kind of left alone, and, you looked real lonely. You weren't drinking nearly as much as you should have been. You didn't dance too much. And, I was a shy girl when I was your age too. And it's okay. You'll grow into it. You have all these, let me tell you, you've got fine choice in companions. So I'm sure that if you stick with it, and you open your heart up, and you're honest and you're kind,
Mm-hmm.
hey, it can be life changing. It can be life changing.
I've already had a lot of life-changing things happen, but I thank you for the advice. I do.
Oh, you've barely even lived a life. You're what, 18, 16, 9?
What's the average lifespan of a Haddazee?
Or they live for,
When did they become of age?
almost no Haddazee die of old age. So it's really hard to tell what
Perspective's a little skewed.
the natural life expectancy is. Most of them die before they hit 27.
Ooh.
This auntie is probably nearing 30, so that's pretty old for Haddazee. And she's like, "Hey, and it's all right. You look like a sweet girl. I think you're doing great. And if you could just make sure to tell him that I was real nice to you. And I'm available anytime. My husband died, so I'm free. I'm good. He died
Sorry for your
of
loss.
totally normal death. Not at all murder or poison. I just wanted to clarify. Some people hear that I have a dead husband, and they're like, "Oh,
Well,
did you kill him?"
Hypothetically, if he did die of murder or poison, what would be what was the what's the word
Method?
yeah, the assumed
Motive?
method, assumed poison.
Well, I was
Just hypotheticals. We're talking
I was so
hypotheticals.
shaken up when it happened that I can hardly even remember the entire 2 months that surround his death. So,
Understand? Okay. Yeah, I will let the lovely lumberjack man. I'll let him know.
absolutely, I never caught his name, and frankly, I don't care.
All right. Thank you for the advice. I will keep on to it forever.
I mean, you don't live this long without being good at giving people advice. We got some good takes. You have a good trip. I'll be here, and make sure that he knows that. Thank you. And she'll kind of walk away.
Yeah, I will then try to get into a place that's hidden, and I will just place the stone behind
Incredible.
something.
That's gonna come into handy later. Remember that.
I already done left it behind. It's already just left.
All right, everybody. So it sounds like we'll lay low while they get the ship ready, and then we'll be good to go to that moon, and we can get her some help. And he gestures to the unconscious child that's been in the background this whole time.
Yes, just
Yeah.
slumped over on the side. It does not take long. It's literally just moving stuff onto your ship. You don't have any installations other than the rigging and the sails, which take a little bit of time. But these are people with hands for feet. So climbing is a natural skill that they have. It is fantastic to watch. They're like actual monkeys. They're just climbing up super fast on the rigging. They don't need to climb down. They just glide off of the top.
Epic.
With their kind of sugar glider wings. And it only takes maybe an hour before your ship is fully outfitted.
Yo, that's pretty good.
Wow.
And
gonna be balancing my checkbook while this happens.
100%.
Got them glasses on.
Just like, okay, Dave's gonna be really mad at me.
Akishi will go to you and he will say, okay, well, it looks like you're all set. I hope that, hey, good tidings to you. I hope that you find a way to cure the sick friend over there. Hey. Have you taken it just to the sector hospital? Have you taken it to the sector med?
We tried some things.
Yeah. None of that home remedy stuff. You're not like using like herbs and spices, throwing rocks at it or anything.
No, not rocks.
Nah.
Okay. Well, that's good. We had as strict believers in medical practice. So.
Right.
But you should probably get on your way. I think that everything's here. Here's your receipt. He'll hand an itemized receipt to you, Oda.
Thank you,
nice.
Oda.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
have to
I hand it back to
I figured
Oda.
I'd give it to the checkbook rather than to the captain.
Right, he's the one that handles the funds of the ship.
The wallet of the
Absolutely.
ship. Every ship needs one. But you guys are free to go. Thank you. It was a wonderful time at your wedding. I hope that you made some good friends here. I hope that we see you again someday, hopefully under better circumstances. By the way, while I was on, I double checked whether or not your Spelljammer helm has correctly melded with the skirmisher. And I told YT, that kid, he was using the wrong type of screws. That's part of the reason there was such a feedback loop in the gravity well. Fixed that up, got them all settled down. So you should be good to go. It shouldn't be pulling you anywhere. If you have any problems, feel free to come back and we'll make any repairs. We have a very, even with illegal deals, we're very strict on our safety measures. It's the only time that we offer other people.
Thank you very much. It was very nice meeting you, and I wish you the best in both future repairs and future incidents, and also your marriage.
Absolutely. We'll be driving tandem in tonight's games, so pretty excited for that. Yeah, it'd be a good time. Ready to get back on the strip.
Too bad we can't stay to see it. We got
you've got
be.
stuff that you got to do, but you're welcome to anytime. Feel free to give us a call. The How Does the Edge will be there for you as engineers, or whatever you're willing to pay us to do.
That's
It
great.
feels so much like a Midwestern goodbye, where it's like,
Yeah, you just keep
Goodbye.
talking. And he's like,
Say goodbye.
I totally
Say
forgot. We've got
goodbye."
leftovers from the wedding last night. I've got some Tupperware.
Can we actually,
Oh my
whatever
gosh.
you don't want,
Yeah. It'll
you
just
got
take
some
us
of
a
that red
couple
velvet
minutes.
cake left?
Yeah, we for sure have some red
Oh.
velvet cake we got left. It's
Let's
like a
go.
strong 20 to 30 minutes before you guys actually get on your ship ready
Look,
to leave.
we need extra food, y'all. We need extra food. We don't know.
That's facts. Look, I'm not complaining about the cake.
Also, I can make a bunch of food with them leftovers. So, I mean,
yes.
let's just wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, do you guys get on the ship and you're ready to go?
Which is the sound I imagine the ship makes.
Leslie says the only way to end a Midwestern goodbye is he grabs his keys, flips them around, and he says,
Well,
"Let's rock and roll."
well,
Alrighty then.
I bet
Always
it's
a
well
going.
Leslie, you board the skirmisher for the first time in a long time at full sailing capacity, and head on your way. I do have. Is there any specific things that you would like to do on this ship, or would you like to just kind of fast track this journey to Toru?
It's the typical run of the mill, get everything ready, give people the instructions of how you run the ship, what certain words mean, what certain call outs mean. Everybody has to know this stuff. And then we head to the moon of Toru. And I think we will do our best to be as on the down low as possible. So avoiding main paths, I'm assuming that Leslie has a decent understanding of the system, so he can help, at least like with navigation. And we're going to try to approach the moon of Toru and hopefully even enter and land without being detected.
Fantastic. In
Whatever
this
that entails.
journey for this one day, could I please have someone roll a D100?
I don't know why. Okay, go ahead. I was going to say my gut was saying Drew, but DJ is a McKellips, which is
Drew always
similar.
gets to roll the D100.
84.
84.
Also, at some point, Oda would ask about where we're going and why we're going there. Just so that's just in the open.
You catch up, Oda.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Medora definitely catches you up.
Yeah, my told us this, and this, and hey, let me get you a cup of coffee while I tell you this stuff, and then
Exactly.
You do see, as you are flying, the outer sectors are a very interesting location because there's a lot of known locations that like people know exist, but no one knows exactly where they are. They just kind of float randomly in and out of sectors, appear in random locations. So while traveling, I have a table of things that you can encounter while traveling, places that you can encounter, stuff like that.
No astral dreadnought. No astral dreadnoughts. No.
It is not an astral dreadnought.
Oh, thank God.
Specifically, you fly past, or as you're about 3/4 of the way through your journey, what appears to be a large asteroid that has like really big neon lights, kind of in a like a roadside stop style, that just says past, present, and future, but present is like flickering. So it just says past and future in really bright neon lights. And then there's a huge facility that seems almost kind of gaudy, that just is very brightly colored in some ways, and then like half of it is like dim and gray and faded. You are unsure as to what it is.
Things have changed so much since I was last here. I don't recognize any of this. Let's take the back way. I propose that we go behind the asteroid, avoiding the lights of the signs and things, and just keep making our way. That's what I would probably suggest.
Fantastic. I will mark down that this location has been found in Ouroboros.
And may I ask, we leave the edge.
Yes.
Can we like see the system, like the moons and the main planet and all that stuff? Like, is it all close enough where we can see the details of the system? Because I'm curious what it looks
these
like
moons
from the ship.
are quite distant. You are able, it's kind of like looking into like the starry night sky. So you can find like a bright light where you're like, oh yes, I know that is Le. I know that is this.
So we can move pretty quick. Really?
Yes.
We can. That's sweet.
Yeah, you can move pretty fast. There's still a fair amount of travel time, but Spelljammers basically surround themselves with traveling through like the astral plane, which is entirely by thought projection. So you move way faster than like you normally do while in like combat or just like moving from place to place normally across land. It's kind of like how in a dream you never like remember yourself going to a place, like you just kind of show up there. Mm-hmm. So you travel vast distances in a Spelljammer.
That's incredible. I would like to say that Leslie would definitely consult the crew here on whether or not we would stop at this asteroid. So I just want to see, like, we don't have to have a discussion about it. We don't have to role play it. I just want to know if the crew would be at all interested or have any reason to stop at this asteroid, or if they would all agree with Leslie on going behind the asteroid and avoiding the lights. Just real quick, I want to know everybody's take.
Destination faster.
So that's a no from Oda.
We are kind of on a time crunch with having an unconscious child, you know.
Time crunch, and on a technicality, the ship is somewhat. I mean, it was a technically big air quotes legal purchase, but we don't know what kind of illegal stuff they put on this ship. So
I
I saw
think
it.
it looks like fun, but I think that perhaps fun is not what we should be looking for right now.
I saw
right
that
now,
Talith
Silver,
was
probably right
tapping
now.
his watch. So we'll keep going. That's consensus. We will not step at that asteroid. And everybody, I run my ship using consensus. So we all need to be in agreement before we pass along.
I just
Feels like a very inefficient way to run a ship with.
As the captain, your job is to make decisions for everybody else.
How we do it is as important as what we do.
Absolutely. Which is why you're in charge of making the decisions, because we don't know how to do it right. That's
Old
why-
man got a point.
Lily-livered captain, if I've ever seen one.
Captain Silver.
Back in my day.
Oh my
I
gosh,
ruled my
okay.
ship with
All
an iron
right,
fist.
all right.
This is all
Not a
this is y'all's fault.
single scallywag escaped my grasp.
We passed the asteroid.
Yes. You guys will end up on Toru. Well, specifically, you will be
We make it
approaching.
on
Yeah.
Taru.
Well, you will be approaching the moon of Toru. Specifically, to give some clarification, just kind of how Toru looks from a distance. You can tell that there is relatively heavy security. But strangely enough, can someone make an insight check for me?
Not me.
I saw
can do that.
Medora reaching for that dice.
I
I'll,
mean-
I'll have a Talith and Oda make an insight check for me. I assume that I mean between Silvers and Leslie, you two are kind of doing the main like piloting of this ship. You have two people kind of on watch, and then you have the muscle in the form of Medora and Addie that are like running lines, towing stuff, carrying things as you go.
Hell yeah.
That was a natural 20 DM for 27.
That
on
seems quite
insight.
good.
I rolled a 22.
So between the two of you, you both kind of reach the consensus that something seems a little bit off about the like orbiting guard posts. You don't see any lights. You do not see any movement on them. They seem kind of desolate.
Does something seem off to you about this? It's not like how it was last time I was here.
I'm going to ignore the fact that you just mentioned being a high security prison before. Yes, it does feel very off, though.
It's like not. There's no movement. Does it seem like there's anybody here? Captain,
Hey.
I think we should approach cautiously, just in case we weren't planning that already. Not to, captain, backseat captain, or anything like that. You
Are
know.
there
I'm sorry.
DM? How many glowing things are on the ship?
Glowing things, not actually very much. Most of your light is situated below deck. Stars give you enough light to function above board.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't have a whole lot of light going on.
Captains, given the somewhat strange and almost eerie nature of this place, it might be best if we try to approach quietly and unseen.
All right, I'll take your word for that. We'll aim for a spot that doesn't seem to have too much light, not too far away, but not seeable.
Captain Silvers will speak up and he'll say,
One of the main problems that I was going to discuss with you as soon as we got here was this being a high security prison. We've looked into it a little bit with the remains, the dregs of the resistance that's still around. It's pretty top-notch security for the most part. There's a barrier around the whole moon.
Is that right?
Guards and everything. We were going to have to find a gap in the defenses when we got here. But now that I'm looking at it with me good eye, he does seem right. It seems a bit desolate.
Now
I don't know quite what to take of that.
This force
we-
field, is it magic?
Magic. Yes, it's magic powered. But,
Talith, do you think you can maybe intuit where might be the best point of entry based on your knowledge?
Or even if it's still there.
I can try.
If there's a gap in their defenses, then maybe we can give it a run.
DM, how far from the planet are we, or the moon?
Oh man, that's a fantastic question. If I could type, that would be helpful. You're still pretty far away from like the atmosphere of the moon.
Mhm.
You are not too far away from the like the kind of guardhouse and stuff like that. I would say you're probably about 1,000 feet away.
Okay.
Which is like sounds like a lot of feet, but in the grand scheme of distance,
is not. Yeah. Silvers, from your research, you don't happen to know approximately where this barrier might have been?
Well, it should be connected to each guard post. There's a generator in each. They communicate between each other to make sure that the barrier doesn't go down or nothing.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, as we need to get a little bit closer, probably, but I can try to see if I can sense anything. Talith will kind of look around. Is there any like ley lines of the ship that are still like close-ish to above deck?
yeah, sure.
Okay. Could I attempt to, given just how far away we are and how far away we have to stay, is there any way that I could tap just a little bit into the arcane energy of the ship to project my range a little further into sensing any sort of arcana or maybe even just people on like near this guard post?
Make an Arcana check.
That's so sick. Using the ship as like almost like a sense amplifier.
A range finder.
That'd be so sick.
Talith, if you're having range problems, I'm sure we could just chuck you at the moon and you just like float.
We can tie Talith to you
21
and, like-
DM.
Talith, the living antenna. The first thing that you detect is that there is a barrier that surrounds the moon.
Mhm.
It is pretty powerful magical working, but you sense that it is not functioning up to par. Like it is on like low voltage. You do not detect any like movement of magic within the guardhouses, which does seem strange to you. Normally there should be something in order to like maintain this. There should be a lot of people running around, a lot of like mages that are like performing upkeep. Like it's certainly very strange.
What are you
Right.
thinking, Talith? Do you think we can make it happen?
So, DM, do I suspect, given the low voltage, there's a chance that we could basically time it right to pass through? Or do I think that perhaps if we were to take out this guard post, the whole barrier could go down?
You think that you could do a variety of things. You could try to time it through the flicker. You could try to just kind of brute force your way through shipwise. Or you do think that if you're able to like the guardhouses are designed in such a way that you can like bring the ship in and bring it to the other side, kind of like a docking base situation.
Right.
Of course, you would have to go through like the guardhouse. So if there's anyone in there, then they would know. But those are the three kind of main ways that you can think to get through this barrier.
Right. Okay.
Talith, you've proven yourself that you're able to make good decisions and lead a team. I'll listen to you on this one.
Well, so something's definitely fishy about this whole situation for sure. And I don't really like that. The barrier seems to be operating at its lowest capacity possible, which means we could attempt to just pass through it, either by timing it or by just seeing if the ship can take it. Or if we wanted to, I do believe also if we got onto one of these guard posts, if we're able to get in quietly, we could probably snoop around a little bit and find some answers, and likely find an easy way to bring the whole thing down, basically.
Well, I think bringing down a. Oh, go ahead, Oda.
I was agreeing with what you're about to say. I would think the guard post is my vote. But whatever you kids want to do.
All right.
I
And
certainly
well-
am not opposed to looking around a little bit, given just how off everything is. It might be a place that could provide a few answers as to what is even happening on the moon, especially since we don't even know for sure where this doctor might be. If we can find at least some leads of information that could allow us to actually know where we're going.
And while we're looking around, I might have a spell or two that I can maybe use to help us stay concealed.
That's great to know.
But the problem is with this spell, you kind of, not have to be attached to my hip, but at least within range.
So how about this? We get close to a guard tower in Medora. You go with Addie to try to bring the shield down while we wait.
And
We can
maybe
wait
take
until...
Aleth with you.
I was going to say, I think it'd be best if I joined on that expedition.
And if they run into trouble, it might be good if I was there just to make sure everybody's up. Mitch, do we want to split the party? Is that the thing that we want to do?
I don't know if
Well,
it'd be smart as
I mean,
Silvers, can you watch the ship?
Can I watch the ship?
I think he
Is my
technically the
name
captain.
Captain Silver?
all right.
well, I think,
now.
I mean, if Medora has magic that could assist us in being unseen and quiet, there's no real reason that we should split up dramatically, especially if we do run into any issues. We want all the strength that we can get in a very hostile place like this.
All right, sounds good. So we go down, and with Medora's help, we get in the guard tower, see what we can do, try to get the ship in by bringing the shield down.
Sounds fine.
Let's do it.
All right.
Your ship will begin to pull up to the guardhouse, kind of where the docking bay is. It takes a little bit of time. As you get closer, you start to notice that there is, like, from a distance, it almost looks like dust or chaff that surrounds the building, the floating guard post. As you get closer, you notice that it's, like, pretty large. It's like debris. Floating as you go, a slow drift towards the guardhouse. You start to notice that it is like broken pieces of something. Leslie, with your expertise in the field, you know, like, you see pieces that are definitely like broken ships. And then as you get closer, you notice that floating kind of just silently outside of the building is not broken ship parts, but a collection of corpses in uniform. As you head to the guardhouse, that is where we're going to end the episode tonight. Thank you very much, all of my players, for being here tonight and having a good time at a wedding.
Oh, it was so fun.
Thank you. I would like to give a special shout out, thanks to the wonderful player of Addie, Gracie. Thank you for being here, even though it is like ridiculously poorly timed for you and sticking with it. It is 4 a.m. I believe
I love D&D.
You succeeded in your
Paper
constitution
Dungeon!
check to stay awake during this episode.
I believe next week you'll be back on American time.
Yeah, brother.
Get excited for that. Get excited for an awake Gracie.
No more beans and toast.
Thank you to the rest of my players for having just being wonderful players. You did a fantastic job. Thank you to all the viewers watching this. We hope that you had a very good time. I had a blast. Special thanks to our Kickstarters, our backers. Check your emails. Mythic tier, especially check your emails. You should have a message from us. We need you to answer questions. That way you can help me build this world. Other than that, I don't think that I have much else to do. Other than say the same thing that I say every week.
Aaron,
good luck in God's.
Never mind.
You do that because you
Oh my
forgot
God.
last time
Oh
also
my God.
to ask
Guys,
this
do
question.
you level up?
No.
No,
I don't think
so.
yet.
I've got 3 no's, which means that they have the majority, gang.
Well, we did go to a wedding reception, which is
Man,
pretty
that
cool.
don't count enough.
I mean,
I
again,
did absolutely. Thank you for reminding
You
me.
read it hell out.
not to say that anyone should change the vote. I've just pointed out it is a building thing, not just a hey, what did we do this episode individually? So just saying to the 2 people who said last time that we should have leveled up, I'm just putting it out there. Just keep that in the
that
back
was
of your
me.
mind. All that stuff still happened.
I get you. But now that I'm seeing the grand picture, the overarching scheme, I'm seeing all the
so
side quests with
convincing.
this kid. We haven't got the kid figured out. So
Curse that McKellep's charisma.
I need to hear from Gracie and Drew.
Gracie, how do you feel?
No, I thought.
How do you feel?
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
I was leaning on the side of yes, we did level up, but
Yo!
it seems that consensus, is already passed. So
I already said no. Sorry, big guy. What about you, Gracie?
I need to know.
I'm still on the side of no. And I would argue I have the most to gain from leveling up because I would really like to have my second attack.
Yeah,
but-
Lord knows Addie could use it.
But also, I think it is going to take a little bit more exploration and world building before I will say yes.
Very well.
there it is.
Just
Which
a
is like
little
one
bit.
session more.
Yeah, I think like maybe one more
so
will do
close.
it.
One more
And, like-
wedding. We're
We
in.
had one
Yeah.
more self-made encounter. It was our fault. That's
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 okay.
all we've had.
You need
Yeah.
to kill a couple
Leveling
more
up.
civilians.
We've done-
A little more murder.
Well, that is a no all around. I keep forgetting that. Thank you for keeping me honest, Drew. So now I can say the same thing that I say every single week. Good luck and Godspeed, everyone. We will see you next time, Dungeoneers.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.